between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Some of the roadways out there might be wet, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Daytona Home Show. Don't miss the Daytona Home Show, September 7th and 8th at the Ocean Center. Come see everything for in and around your home. 2 days only. Free admission. The Daytona Home Show at the Ocean Center, September 7th and 8th.
And now, another insurance story from...
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Let me count the ways. Your case will be handled by your lawyer, a paralegal, and a case manager who's always in the office for you when your lawyer's in court. There's also a 24-hour hotline if you ever have a question or a problem. We've collected over $20 billion and won a lot. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-10-MINUTE.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, don't speak to the insurance company. They aren't your friend, and any statement you give them could be used against you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Looking for the best donuts and breakfast treats in town? Then you got to go check out Shipley's Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley's Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit them today at 2225 South Cimarron Boulevard.
At SafeTouch Security, we recognize that times are tough. So right now, get a new SafeTouch system for $0 down with a free video doorbell. Plus, add an indoor camera for just $49. Limited time, call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios.
Why Kaufman and Lind?
Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The news News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Slang.
It is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. Lots to get to today. From the Apalachee shooter details to the Boeing Starliner is going to blast off again, and a new drug will let you regrow your teeth, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Ciao, Bella.
Hello, Sealand.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good. Scatterbrained.
What's going on? Why are you scatterbrained?
I leave to another country tomorrow and not prepared.
Yeah. Why? How are you not prepared? You've spent
I'm prepared.
so much time on this.
No, of course, but it's just like the last minute stuff. And I have a big show tonight, and it's going to be fine, I'm sure. But there is a million things running through my brain, and they're all smashing together.
How long's that flight again?
So I go from here to Boston.
Oh, got that one first. Okay, that's not too bad.
Boston to Paris.
Uh-huh.
Paris to Rome.
Oh.
So the Boston to Paris, I think, is like 6 hours or something like that. I did just receive an email, and I didn't read the whole thing, but it said, "We regret to inform you, ... and then the show started. So I'm going to wait until commercial break to read it.
Oh, that's exciting. That's
I'm pumped.
Nothing good ever starts that way, as we all know. So, but hopefully we regret to inform you that you're not going to be allowed to sit and coach. We're forcing you to go up to first class.
Sorry for your convenience.
sorry about the.
I'm sure
Sorry
that's
about the
it.
inconvenience. We'll see what happens. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And while we were out yesterday, there was a couple of things that went down, including this Apalachee school shooting. And I got a flamethrower of a story that we have to dive deep into about this and about his family's response to it. We'll get to that momentarily. But the other story that was pretty big was the Justice Department was going after Russia. This all seems very familiar. And Russia Today in particular. If you don't know what Russia Today is, it's a news outlet just like ABC or NBC. It's wholly run by the Russian government, and it's used to spread propaganda in the U.S. And they found out that there was two people who were taking in millions of dollars, and they were paying it to all kinds of content creators like Tim Pool, Lauren Southern, various content creators on YouTube and stuff. And those people were, they say they didn't know this was going on, but indirectly they were spreading propaganda for the Russians.
And accepting money?
Yeah, but they're saying, like, we have no idea. We just, company comes to us and says, here's some money to make some videos. Turns out this is where the money's coming from, according to the Justice Department. I bring you to Fox News because they had a segment on this. That was a little weird. And here it goes. Let's listen in.
We reached out to RT for comment, and the company responded in part with the following. Ha, 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 ha.
No.
I'm sure that was much funnier in the original Russian, but for us, it's not funny. This is deadly serious, and we are going to treat it accordingly.
Okay, there you go.
3 different ha-has.
Yeah, those 3 lines of ha-has that we saw there. Let me bring you back.
I like how it was bullet pointed. 1, 2, 3. 1. Ha. Also,
2,
ha, 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 ha.
4 ha's.
And finally,
all caps on the last one. Made its way into a news report. What a world we're living in. Okay, let's go over to the serious stuff for just a little bit. And as with anything else on this show, things move fast. So if you don't want to hear this kind of stuff, just buckle up for a second, and then we'll be on through to the next interesting thing happening. But this is important to speak about. You got 4 people dead. It was 2 students and 2 teachers at this school in Apalachee, Georgia. And a lot of things went wrong here. And a lot of deja vu, honestly. A lot of deja vu in a story like this, where we hear, hang on, the FBI was warned that this kid wanted to shoot up a school a year earlier? Wait, what's going on with that? hang on. That very morning, somebody called and threatened to shoot up the school, and nothing was done about that when a threat came in the very same day that the kid shot up the school. A lot of big questions, and we will tackle those. But right now, what went down, it was a 14-year-old student. We're not going to be repeating his name over and over and over, as everybody seems to want to do after these incidents. I believe that there's at least partial motivation on behalf of some of these losers to gain some level of infamy in their otherwise unimportant lives. They find themselves to be completely ignored by society, and they can get a bunch of attention just by doing the most horrific of things. So let's not add to that by repeating their name 5,000 times. But that just happens anyways. Nobody will stop. Here's one of the classmates talking about the person who shot up the school and just some details she remembers.
Did he ever say anything?
No, he never really talked. He was pretty quiet. He wasn't there most times. Either he just didn't come to school or he just would skip class. But even when he would have talked, it was one-word answers or just short statements.
You told me off camera you weren't surprised that he would be the shooter.
Wow.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Off camera?
Just because when you think of like shooters and how they act, or
I wonder if they had a discussion about bringing that on camera.
So now a new conversation you have to have with your children, your teenagers, is what off the record means.
Right, yeah. When she's talking to this reporter, she might not have known that there's a pretty well-known rule around here, is if you don't want me to say it on the air, just absolutely tell me, please don't say this on the air. I won't say it on the air if you say that. But
for the most part.
In this case, she's talking to this reporter, and the reporter's like, yeah, you told me off air you weren't surprised at all that it was this kid.
Off camera, you weren't surprised that he would be the shooter. Why is that?
Just because when you think of like shooters and how they act or things that they do, it's usually the quiet kid, or like that's a stereotype for it to be, and he was the one that fit that description in our class.
Yeah, we don't have to pretend. There's a certain kid that looks like a school shooter. We can all be real about this now. I know people hesitate to say these kind of things, but there's a type. And in this case, this kid, the students around him were like, not even shocked. There's also video, I don't even need to play it here, but inside the classrooms as the kids are freaking out and trying to hit the deck. What happened apparently was this loser said, can I be excused in his class? And the teacher says, yep, go ahead. And so he gets up and he leaves the classroom. And he comes back to the classroom after leaving. And some young girl trying to be nice gets up and is going to open the door for him. And when she gets up by the door, she noticed that he had a gun. So she panicked and ran away from the door, thank God. And he went into a nearby classroom where the door was either propped open or open for some reason. And that's where he started shooting the teachers and the students in the classroom. And, here we go on repeat. And it's so weird to me. Anytime I look at this as it's unfolding and I'm watching it live, I see all the same responses. Everybody with the same responses every single time. It's like, ban guns now. No, we can't ban guns. It's in our amendment. It's not bad guns. It's bad people. The same conversations over and over and over again. And I think to myself, I keep seeing other things that I find alarming. Like when a school gets a warning that somebody's going to shoot the place up that day, I think that warning should be investigated thoroughly and either huge security measures be deployed on that day or the kids just don't go to school that day.
I mean, there was something that's attached to this now. And I am very curious on how people are acting because of this threat that is no standing, is that there's going to be other shootings.
Yeah, they said, the original call, as far as I'm aware, said something like, we're going to shoot all 5 schools in this district, and we're going to start with this one. Or maybe they didn't say where they were going to start, but it was included in that list. And maybe you'll say, oh, this happens too regularly. Pranksters do this. That goes back to my other major problem where I go, why can people still place calls that are impossible to track online? Why is that a thing that we're allowing to happen? We don't have to do that. We don't have to be in that state. We don't have to allow people to get swatted and not be able to find out who the person was. We could fix that. Absolutely, we could fix it, but nobody does.
Is there a reason to keep it for safety measures or anything like that?
Not that I know of. There very well could be, and maybe somebody would know more about that. Hit us up with the dispatch. But I look at it and go, that's one side of this. People shouldn't be able to call in bomb threats or other threats and not be tracked down. It should be directly tied to somebody's identity, and you should be able to find that person each and every time. If that means Google doesn't get phone numbers, too bad. Sorry. That's just how it works. Make the phone numbers released through the phone companies and make that attached to your identity so that people can't do this anymore. Make it so people can't spoof caller ID anymore, so we know that caller ID is a secured mechanism, and you could tell who's actually calling through it. We can do this. There's no reason not to do this. And that's the tiniest of things, right? This has nothing to do with higher up things, which would be that this guy was on the FBI's radar, and for a year, the FBI, what are they going to do, I guess? Their hands are tied. Here's what they said in their response to this. FBI Atlanta responded earlier today to Apalachee High School following reports of an active shooter. Throughout the day, the FBI personnel have been coordinating and supporting local and state law enforcement. They'll dedicate all available resources, yada, yada. In May 2023, the FBI's National Threat Operations Center received several anonymous tips about online threats to commit a school shooting at an unidentified location and time. The online threats contained photographs of guns. Within 24 hours, they found out that it was this kid who was 13 at the time. They interviewed him and his father. The father stated he had hunting guns in the house, but the subject did not have unsupervised access to those guns. The subject denied making the threats online. They alerted the schools for continued monitoring of the subject. So, all the red flags are there. Arrest the dad, by the way. Arrest the dad. I'm over this. I'm absolutely over this. When you know that your son is roped up in things like this, when you know there is a potential for this, and you say to the law enforcement officials, don't worry, he doesn't have any access to these weapons, and he gets access to the weapons, on you, brother.
Right.
That is on you at that point in time. You got to pay the piper. You're responsible for this. This is your kid. And if anybody's responsible, it's you. We got to really get rid of all of that. Hate that. I locked them up. I did my best. No, you didn't. You had a child that you knew was a threat to others, and that child became deadly. And now you're responsible, at least in my estimation. So there you go. That's the way I see things here so far. Try not to repeat the dumb kid's name 8,000 times. All of this is frustrating to see. I'm sure it is for absolutely everybody who sees these stories. But the most insane thing coming up a little later on in the show, and that's how his family has reacted to this so far. When we come back, the person who considers themselves to be the Nostradamus of political campaigns. He's the guy who predicts it right almost every time.
He's gotten it right every time?
Almost every time, except in 2000, when he said that Al Gore would win over George W. Bush. And he said at the time it was trained on the popular vote, so it's not his fault. So he says, I'm still 100%. Now this person says they've figured it out. They know what's going to happen in November, so why not fast forward to the answer? Let's see what they said. That is coming up next to the News Junkie.
The fine woman in your smart speaker knows what you need. Really? Don't ask how. Just tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The left lane is blocked on the Greenway southbound at Curry Ford Road. Authorities are working on that accident on I-4 westbound before US 1792 off to the right shoulder. Now on I-4, there's delays eastbound approaching State Road 429 and slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Some of the roadways out there might be wet, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One. And $1,000.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 20th and 21st.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
You have to see this to believe it.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
And now, another insurance story from
Smart
how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Hey, everybody. This is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about Champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
listening.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
Opinion's important, and you can leave your thoughts over at thenewsjunkie.com. Use your phone, use a laptop, use whatever you want, thenewsjunkie.com. The Nostradamus of the political world. Although, when people say that, didn't Nostradamus get like almost everything wrong, except for the stuff he got right?
What did he get right?
There's always this thing where...
printed.
Wait, you're like, when something happens, it's almost like The Simpsons. You go back and you try to find the thing that's closest to predicting that. And you go, ha, look, this person predicted it. And then all of a sudden people think that Nostradamus was predicting the future. I don't believe in any of that nonsense, but maybe you do. And you'll be very, very interested to hear that there's somebody who is already sure of who's going to win the election. You don't even need to vote. Why even go out there? It's all said and done, according to this person. And it says the Nostradamus of U.S. presidential elections has predicted a winner when the country goes to the polls in November. Pollsters will no doubt swing back and forth between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump as the race comes down to the wire. But Alan Lichtman has history on his side, this says. The American University history professor and former quiz champion has forecast the White House winner in almost every election since 1984. The exception was in 2000 when he picked Al Gore over George W. Bush. He said at that time his model was based on the popular vote, which Gore narrowly won. In 2016, he said Trump would win. Trump sent him a handwritten note saying, "Good call," in all caps afterwards. And he put his system to test with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And he said he won't get a message this time. The Democrats will hold on to the White House, and Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States, says this guy, if you want to believe him. Although a little worried because I see his prediction relies on 13 key models devised with Russian geophysicist Vladimir Kailis-Borak. And they said it's based on 120 years of presidential outcomes before then. Who knows, man? I don't know. All these people, it's not that hard to predict the president every time. You got a 50-50 shot of doing it each time. You give it a shot. And
but I just like when this news comes out, don't let it deter you from going to the polls. Mm-hmm. You know, you still have the right to vote and should do so.
It depends on who you want to vote for. Some people I want to vote. Some people I don't want to vote. You know what I mean? Like the people.
And we love all of you that listen to the show.
No, the people who don't agree with me, I don't want you to vote. If you agree with me, I want you to vote. You see, that's how things work in my universe. You're
ready to run for president, Sean.
I'm ready for everything to be as good for as many people as possible. And if you're for that too, hell yeah, let's do this thing. If not, then stay home on that day. It's not worth your time. This might not be worth your time.
Tell everybody what to vote for. 1, 2, 3, go.
How many things? I have too many issues. I can't just do this all at once.
Yeah, but it's just two choices.
Oh, those people? I'm not voting for either one of those people. No, I'm not convinced to vote for either one of these people just yet. And I don't think I will be. The thing is, I hear things. This is the thing I'm really juggling right now. And anybody else out there, tell me if you're juggling this too. I hear things sometimes, and I go, well, that doesn't sound so bad. Oh, wow, like Kamala Harris will say something, and I'll be like, okay, she's coming toward the center on some of these economic policies that weren't popular. She's changing on this a little bit. But then I go, is that what the person is saying? and not what they're going to do? Is this all for votes and not actually what's going to happen when that person goes into the White House? Because, of course, there's lots of lies going on. And so I struggle with that. And I'm like, what if everybody just thinks, oh, this person is moderating, they get into office and they go crazy? And that can happen with either one of these people. I know it will happen probably with either one of these people. I'm not convinced on any of this just yet myself. But the rest of the fools, one by one, I don't know. Just take down the people who suck. That's the best way to handle it. Let's go over to the movies. The movie theater is going to have many exciting releases in the coming weeks. And according to these critics, who just seem to be miserable sometimes, they say these movies are gonna suck. All right? They're going to suck, they say.
Okay.
Beetlejuice. The review says Michael Keaton's moldy ghost lacks the same bite, and they ripped the film to shreds in this movie.
I've heard the exact opposite. I've heard there was some people that were saying that it might be better than the first.
Here's where
which I find hard to believe.
And that's why I think when it comes to the movie critics, it's like, what's going to get the headlines? Like, movie critics rave, and that's when they bunch all of them up, or they say, this person from this place says it is the worst thing he's ever seen and wants to take an ice pick to his eyes.
Well, when they do that, it often tends to be a movie that, like, universally is accepted as a good movie. Like, the movie's out, and they'll go, man, what's the one now? Wolverine and Deadpool. Right now, that movie has been super successful. So the reviewer coming out and being like, Wolverine and Deadpool is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And, all right, come on.
Here's why Titanic is a steaming hunk of crap.
All right, yeah. And you go, didn't the movie prove itself? Look, the box office numbers prove what people like and what they don't like. And they were crapping all over Beetlejuice. I'll say something, and then I may be best served to calmly walk out of the room and go spend time with the birthday girl, Courtney.
Happy birthday
out there, because I think Beetlejuice kind of sucks.
Okay.
I'd watch that movie
Maybe just
again.
lock yourself in the studio at that point.
Not too long ago, we put it back on, and about halfway through, I go, it's not keeping my attention. I like little moments of it, and there's funny lines.
I love that movie.
But the overall arc of the story, when watching it, I said, a lot of people like this. I'm not trying to take away from you people who like it. Enjoy it. But for me personally, I was like, this is good. It's not great. Send your hate mail to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I expect that is incoming.
I didn't actually watch it till like last year. So,
really? You had never seen Beetlejuice?
Yeah, I just, it was one of those things that kind of was out of my radar. And then we're like, maybe we should watch this. And we did. And we're like, it's fine. It was good. I like Michael Keaton. I like Michael Keaton in one of, I think, his more underrated roles, and it's a movie that I think people don't really love.
Birdman.
Multiplicity.
Oh yeah, that was when he played all the different versions of himself.
Yeah, it was like he cloned himself so he could get more stuff done that he wants to get done, and then he cloned himself again because that guy needed help, and then they cloned one of the clones, and that guy was.
Got worse and worse.
Oh gosh, the clone of the clone was like, I like pizza, Steve. And it was great, and Michael Keaton played every role, and it was a good movie. I think a lot of people think that movie sucks, though.
I mean, of course, but why would he pass it up when, as an actor, you get to challenge yourself to that?
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
Live to tell the tale.
I agree with that, and he still looks great. I saw him just the other day at one of the Hollywood Walk of Fame star things that he was doing. He is a great actor, and so I like everybody in Beetlejuice. I'm really trying to pad this here because I understand where the Beetlejuice fans are coming from. Winona Ryder is great. All these people, great. I just don't think it's that great of a movie. I think it's a little overrated. That's just me. I'm not trying to be a contrarian. That's just how I feel about it. They say it's going to be a bomb. It's going to be a bomb, they say, of the brand new Joker movie as well. And this is Joker Folie à Deux. They're just crapping on everything, some of these reviewers.
When they're saying it's going to be a bomb, are they trying to say it's not going to make any money? Because I know that people are going to go see Beetlejuice. There's so much hype around it. Or are they saying it's going to suck?
Well, they're saying Beetlejuice is not good and not good compared to the original. That's USA Today and their reviewer. This is IGN on the Joker movie, the new Joker movie with Lady Gaga. They called it a courtroom drama and not a very interesting one at that, 5 out of 10.
Ooh.
The BBC gave it a 2 out of 5, calling it boring and disappointing.
Who's playing Joker again?
Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
So he's doing that role over again?
It's like the part 2 where Harley Quinn comes into play, but in the not fantasy world of it all.
No,
from what I understand.
This
but
is
there's music.
Yeah, this is much more a musical, too, than any of the other ones. And maybe people aren't digging that. They call it boring and disappointing. It's startlingly dull, a pointless procedural that seems to disdain its audience, is what they said over at the BBC. So not great. Then they said, IndieWire said, Joker Folie à Deux review. Todd Phillips' musical sequel feels like it's bad on purpose. And that's pretty brutal to say it that way.
But that means a particular audience will love it. Absolutely love it.
Maybe it's made to win awards. Maybe, I don't know. It's one of those things.
I saw, we talked about it late last week, but that 17-minute standing ovation at the film festival that's not here in America, but it's not cons. Like, I don't even want to watch the movie.
No.
I think about 17 minutes on the air.
It's a long time.
There's like 2 commercial breaks in between that.
Yeah.
And that's people standing and clapping because no one wants to stop clapping.
Just for the
it's
record,
too much.
Since we started talking, we've been talking for 11 minutes. It would have been this
6
whole
more
segment
minutes.
and then 6 more minutes of just clapping. That's how long
That's wild.
those go on for. I'll tell you this. This is my theory on movies, and I hope you'll adopt it. Watch the trailer and see the synopsis of a movie, and if it piques your interest, don't listen to a single reviewer on planet Earth, including me. Give it a shot, because I have found so many times that people will be like, this is terrible. And I go, I really enjoyed it. I liked it. And you have to see if it's for you first. And then if it is and you want to give it a chance, go give it a chance. Maybe all these people are stuck up losers. Maybe they just don't want to have fun. There were people who didn't like Jurassic Park when it came out.
Ew.
They
What?
put dinosaurs on the big screen, for God's sake. It was amazing. And still people hated it. The greatest movies in the world, there were people who hated those movies. So think for yourself and see how you feel about things. What do you think about all this? Do you think those movies are going to bomb? Let us know your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, I'm going to wait on this music industry news to see if it's in the next episode.
Hit it.
We'll talk about that at some point in time. Well, you don't have anything about, well, you must have some things about the music world. I don't want to double up on you, but I do want to talk about, there is a particular dad who is not having a good time right now. And his name is not Christopher Lane, as far as I'm aware. This is a different dad.
I'm having a pretty good time.
Yeah, he's doing okay over there. But this guy I'm talking about, he's not. And the most unbelievable thing has happened to him. I'll give you the details. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I'm not a dumbass. Like, I get it. I understand.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. This is Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday afternoon forecast. Going to be seeing much more of those widespread showers and thunderstorms really start to pop up as we head through the rest of the afternoon. By 3 o'clock, we could be seeing a 90% chance of very widespread showers and thunderstorms spanning across the region, starting across I-95 and then slowly pushing west, possibly stalling over downtown Orlando. So be prepared for a lot of rain as we head through the rest of the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Well, hey there, friend. Let me tell you about a great company, and that company is Mills Air. They have been in business since, get this, 1992. They've been doing it for a while, over 30 years, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer that can get you rebates up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. And if you don't have an issue with your AC right now, but you're just curious and you want some peace of mind, preventative maintenance is for you. Preventative maintenance can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. One of the great Mills Air techs will come to your house. They're super professional. They'll look at your AC, no matter what kind you got, from top to bottom, and they'll report back. Change the filters, clean out the lines, do all the maintenance you probably don't know how to do. And that's why preventative maintenance from Mills Air is so great. Give them a call, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Kevin Sorbo here, and I have an important message to share. If you owe the IRS back taxes, they can garnish your wages and levy your bank accounts. They can even seize your retirement or take your home. Tax Network USA is A+ rated and has saved over $500 million for their clients. Whether you owe a few thousand or a few million, they can help you.
Call Tax Network USA at 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com. That's 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is The Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. The Funny Bone guarantees the best live comedy experience, welcoming the top touring talent to our stage. This week, The Funny Bone welcomes Josh Wolf. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlandofunnybone.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
Right on top of the email, send it to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to those in just a moment. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Sabrina and C-Lane, I have a quiz for you. We're going to get into this momentarily.
Pop quiz.
Yeah, and the two of you are going to be on a team. It's going to be a tag team event where you
Back
both
again.
team up.
Look at us.
And we're going to see how you perform. And this is a very, very important quiz. We'll see how this goes momentarily. But right now, let's get to this father I was talking about. Because a father is Joe Casey is the father in this case, not a McAllister. And Joe Casey is 54 years old. And Joe Casey's wandering around outside, getting some yard work done, doing his thing. And he feels, as we all have at some point in time, a mosquito lands on his skin, and the mosquito gives him a bite. We have all felt this. We've all gone through this, especially if you live in a mosquito-prone state. And Joe Casey just had a very different journey than you or I have ever had, because the one mosquito that bit him gave him Eastern equine encephalitis, West Nile virus, and St. Louis encephalitis.
My gosh, a hat trick?
Yeah.
Hat trick of
mosquito.
things. This mosquito,
Just one
bite. Yeah, one bite. He was positive for that EEE thing, the thing we talked about last week. He was positive for West Nile, and he was positive for St. Louis encephalitis. This was the most disgusting, filled to the brim with viruses, mosquito that ever could fly around out there. And it landed on this guy. And he's fighting for his life right now. He's got the trifecta here of problems that have hit him. They said he first reported not feeling well early last month, but was not admitted to the hospital until more recently. The doctor said his brain was swelling so much, it rendered him unable to speak. He's not even able to talk at the moment because this got so bad. And you wouldn't think that this could happen to you, but boy, it can when things go really, really wrong, as apparently they did for this guy. So be careful outside. Try to stay away from the mosquitoes. Maybe just lock yourself inside for the rest of... Well, how long does mosquito season go on for? Just the fall?
In Florida, forever, I believe.
Yeah, it might be. Down south, it might be for a very long time.
Do you guys get bit by mosquitoes a lot?
All
No.
the time.
I don't.
My backyard in particular, riddled. Riddled. And I have...
I feel like I could go in that backyard and I would be the one that just never gets bitten.
Probably. If my girlfriend's sitting outside with me, they all go to her, which works in my favor for like that all 30 minutes. But I have gone to the point of...
Wow, your girlfriend only sits outside with you for 30 minutes?
Because she's getting eaten up and not in the fun way. So I have incense that is like mosquito repellent. I'll have 3 candles going. I saw this like home remedy of lighting like a pile of coffee grounds.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't smell bad, but also keeps the mosquitoes away. And then recently,
it is working?
But I still get bit. I mean, this morning I was like completely surrounded because it had just rained.
Yeah, the rain.
And then I look up and there's like 4 of them just ready to devour my blood.
And one of those, just one of them can have this kind of virus cocktail like this poor guy got, which that's scary to think about. It's really, really, really rare that this would happen, just for the record, but
it's also interesting to me that it was just one mosquito that did it. He must have been bitten by multiple mosquitoes. Just one bite?
Somehow they said it was just one mosquito that did it, that caused all of this. And are you guys ready for the challenge of your lives?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you just said it was a pop quiz.
It is a quiz. It is the challenge of your lives. We'll see what kind of performance you two can put on. Do you have a team name, or do you just want to go by Sabrina and
Slain.
Slain. All right, Team
Canberra.
Slain. You have some game show? There you go. You got some.
Of course.
Now, this
I do my
was
job.
put together by the folks at the Associated Press. So I would have to think that both of you are cooler than the people who work at the Associated Press. If you had to rate yourself on a hip meter, 1 to 10, where would you land, Sabrina, on that?
Is this part of the pop quiz?
No, this is not part of the pop quiz. And let me define that a little bit. I mean, you keep up with current music and language and, you know what the kids are into, that kind of stuff.
Sure. I would say 8.
8, all right.
8.5.
A little bit of confidence there, and an 8.5. What about you, C-Lane?
7.
A 7 for C-Lane. So you guys should be able to do pretty good on Team Slain. Here goes nothing. The first question is this. I think you guys might know this. Your middle schooler describes his friend as Sigma. That means he thinks his friend is weak, weird, Greek, or an alpha male. Which one of those is correct? Sigma, weak, weird, Greek, or an alpha male? You can discuss if you need to.
Sealant? It's not Greek. I know.
Greek sounds a little too obvious.
And
you got old Sigma over there eating Greek things, salads.
I don't think it's alpha. I think weird. I feel drawn to weird being the answer. Your thoughts, teammate?
Let's go weird.
All right.
All right.
You're both going with weird. I'm
Final
gonna put that answer in. Alpha male was the answer. I'm sorry. Which seems weird because an alpha male should really just be an alpha. And a sigma male to me was always something like in the middle of alpha and beta. Maybe the AP folks didn't even get it right, but we're going to give it to them on that one.
Where did sigma come from?
Well, yeah, it's explaining this. It's explaining it at the bottom here.
It says sigma, in this case, does not mean the 18th letter of the Greek alphabet. Today, the word is used to describe an alpha male or macho dude. British GQ traced the term's origins back to the so-called manosphere.
Yeah, but how did the kids get a hold of that? That's what I'm saying.
I think it's your Andrew Tate's, that sort of world. I think it evolved from there, and now the kids are saying it.
Woof.
Question 2, and we'll see how Team Slain does on this hip quiz. Your friend is described as a rizzler. A rizzler. That means he is someone who is always late, who likes to steal, who is flirty, or who is loud. Which one of those is correct?
Dang, because I know you got the Riz. It's cool.
Oh, no, we got a disagreement on Team Slain.
No, it's all right. We're discussing.
All right, go ahead.
What were the options again?
The options are Rizzler is always late, likes to steal, is flirty, or is loud. One of those is correct.
Flirty, I feel confident with. However,
Flirty's the closest to Riz.
Loud seems like a possible.
All right. We're on with flirty?
I'm going to go with flirty as well.
All right. We're going with flirty. Final answer. Flirty is correct.
Yeah. Hell yeah, son. Hell yeah.
You're on the board on the hip quiz. And now we go to this one. Get ready to cringe, kids. Your quiz skills are looking skibbity.
Oh.
That means they're impressive, bad, awkward, or a joke. Skibbity. Impressive, bad, awkward, or a joke.
Awkward?
What do you guys think? You're saying awkward.
I know skibbity's the toilet.
It is indeed.
Quiz skills?
Yeah, it says your quiz skills are looking skibbity. If something's skibbity, that means it's impressive, bad, awkward, or a joke.
Well, how is skibbity a toilet?
It's the meme. It's the YouTube thing. But I didn't realize.
I tried to explain this to Courtney one time. It's called Skibbity Toilet. It's millions and millions and millions, like tens of millions of views
It's
all
awkward.
over YouTube.
Okay.
But,
all right. But what? Describe the toilet in Skibbity Toilet.
It's a toilet in some futuristic dystopian land.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, I promise.
It doesn't make much sense at all, but kids like it for some reason.
I think your quiz skills are in the toilet. They're bad.
Okay, bad.
So now we have a disagreement.
Okay, what are you saying? You
I'm
can
saying
split
it's
on this.
awkward.
You're saying awkward.
Yeah.
We're splitting Team Slain for this one.
Just for a
we
second.
have one bad and one awkward.
Half point.
I'm going to put in the what did you say, C-Lane?
I said bad.
All right, bad. Let's go with that for the reveal.
Okay.
Oh, bad is correct. You got it. Yeah. Wait, hold on. It means any of them. It says, correct trick question. Skibbity has no inherent meaning. It could be used as a wacky adjective to mean cool, bad, or dumb, depending on the content.
Quiz. This quiz is so dumb.
Also based on a guy whose head is in a toilet. So
I just learned this one. So let's see how you guys do. You've got just a couple left.
I bet I know what the next one is.
What is it?
Ohio.
No, it's not
never
that.
mind. What
Your
is
favorite
that
snack
word?
has just been phantom taxed. What does that mean?
What
Your
happened to
favorite
all
snack-
that in a bag of potato chips? Okay.
That's way gone. That's gone. Your favorite snack has been phantom taxed. What does that mean? Does that mean your snack was stolen? It was affected by inflation? It was dipped in chocolate? Or it was dropped on the floor?
Dropped on the floor.
All right.
And that's only because I have no effing clue.
Oh, well, you guys can ask for a clue if you'd like.
Okay.
Oh, then give us a clue.
Yeah, please.
Phantom is a very popular YouTuber who eats stuff.
I mean, I was going to go with Phantom of the Opera or just a Phantom all together.
No.
It's a YouTuber
Phantom.
that I have no idea about.
F-A-N-U-M.
F-A-N-U-M, phantom tax. Does that mean it was stolen, it was affected by inflation, dipped in chocolate, or dropped on the floor? I'm going to need your answer.
Dipped in chocolate.
Dipped in chocolate. Sealand, do you agree?
I don't agree, but I don't know which one I think it is.
Dipped in
All
chocolate
right.
or dropped on the floor is where I'm at.
Here we go. Dipped in chocolate. Incorrect. It means it was stolen.
Yeah,
The
I was
phantom
thinking
tax.
stolen or inflation.
Okay.
Oh,
well, you didn't
boy.
speak up ahead of time. How about I don't answer anymore?
You guys,
got
you
the next
gotta
one.
rise up on this. I know you're both hip. I know you guys got
I don't
it in
feel
ya.
hip at all. I
You're gonna
feel
get this
very
one.
old.
A TikToker claims Chris Evans mogged Chris Pine in a red carpet photo. Chris Evans mogged Chris Pine in a red carpet photo. What do they mean? Do they mean Evans looked taller than Pine, looked better than Pine, looked worse than Pine, or dressed with less pizzazz than Chris Pine?
Ceiling?
I don't think it's the latter two because it sounds like they're accusing him of doing something. Nobody would accuse you of doing something worse than the other person.
Oh, okay.
That
All
sounds
right.
a little skibbity to me.
Yeah, which means nothing. I think looked better than Pine.
Looked better than Pine.
I'll go with that because I have no clue.
All right. You got it. Look at that.
Oh, hip dad alert.
Points are flying. I know you know this, Sabrina. I know you know this, the last two.
I have so much
As you
anxiety.
prepare to take a photograph, you start mewing. Mewing. What does that mean? Does it mean, remember, take the context. When you prepare to take a photograph, you start mewing. Does that mean you meow like a cat? You restructure your face to appear slimmer.
Oh, okay.
You smile with your eyes, or you frame your face with your hands.
Restructure the face, the second one?
All right, what do you think? Are you in on that, Celine?
I think it might be the last one, too.
I was thinking smile with eyes, but I'll go with the restructure your face.
You guys got it right. Look at that.
Mew, mew, mew.
I knew you were into it. I knew you were hip.
What do you mean, restructure your face?
You take your jaw and kind of like try to make it so your jaw is more. You're supposed to do that for a while. You're kind of doing it. Both of you are giving it a shot. Here you go.
I'm dizzy.
Set right up for you, Sabrina. The final one of the hip quiz. A friend describes your outfit as, quote, so Ohio. That means your outfit is cringe, stylish, vintage, or expensive.
Well, I disagree. Because my girlfriend's from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Cringe is your answer. Celine, are you familiar with this, Ohio?
No, I'm not familiar with it, but it sounds like it's something that would be so vintage it's cringe. So I think cringe supersedes it.
Here we go. Cringe is correct.
Yeah.
All the kids are so Ohioing us. Is that what it is?
New Real Music Weekends begin this week.
Jesus. Just launched
Spoiler
that.
alert.
So Ohio, you got it correct. Congratulations, you guys. I knew you could do it. You got
I
5
am
out of 7 questions. That's pretty damn good.
Blown away by all of these new words. There's
Skibbity
no
means nothing.
way that we had that at our time. If we were to give our parents a quiz,
Yep.
it would be that. Like with so many new words that we've never heard of before?
Yeah, I guess
No
so.
way.
It changes all the time. It just keeps evolving out
These are
there.
made up words.
And then when they hear me saying it, they go, "Oh, we can't do any of those words anymore. Skibbity's out. We got to." Sean said it. We got to stop doing this right now.
I'm the skibbity man.
We want to see what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now.
Oh, crap.
When we return, what happened?
No,
She was making fun of me.
I wasn't making fun of you. I was just quoting you.
We launched fast into that commercial break. Right now, we'll launch into it a little bit slower, a little more
Halfway
control.
through.
That's right. When we come back, we've got a ton to talk about.
I almost wanted to hit the button just now.
We'll get to your dispatches. We still got to get to the family of the kid who shot up that school in Georgia. And when we return, we'll talk about stuff that's happening at school with kids bringing things that you can no longer have. The list is growing, and it's becoming a major problem. What are they banning at these schools? I'll tell you. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
The new Real Music Weekends begin this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on Orange Blossom Trail near where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line Ramp Junction meet. Intersection backups where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. Authorities have moved that accident off to the shoulder now on the Greenway southbound before Curry Ford Road. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535 there. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. During the Labor Day sale at Mattress Warehouse, uncover incredible savings and experience the luxury of Beauty Rest Black. Save up to $1,200 on Beauty Rest Black adjustable mattress sets, plus free next-day delivery and 0% interest financing, only at Mattress Warehouse.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Another insurance story from...
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full-strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace.
brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
It's the Central Florida International Auto Show at the Orange County Convention Center, November 14th through the 17th. Explore new cars, trucks, SUVs, and more. Buy tickets now and save $2 per ticket. Get tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is the...
If you want to learn more about the show, it's super easy to do. You can even subscribe to the podcast for free by going over to the website. It's at thenewsjunkie.com. And I have a question for you here. A question that I think, I don't know, makes me feel a little weird to consider this, whether or not I would do this. Right now, they're starting human trials for a drug, and it's kind of unheard of what this drug can do. But I think it could change people's lives for the better. And it's all about your teeth. And I know whenever I see somebody who's just got an absolutely wrecked mouth of teeth, I feel so bad for them. You see, every once in a while you see somebody who's an attractive person and then they got garbage teeth. And you say, oh, man, it sucks for 100 reasons. It makes them lack confidence most times. And they don't want to smile and stuff, and that just all of that sucks. And it's
Unless
really
you've,
expensive.
Grown up in a place in which everyone has bad teeth.
Sure,
Then
yeah.
you don't notice until you're around good teeth.
Your surroundings could dictate you maybe feeling a little less bad, but you live in LA and you got bad teeth. Oh, even if you have decent teeth, you're going to feel terrible about yourself. And if you want to fix it, dentist is expensive. The different kind of things you could get done, like
my teeth are LA bad.
I
wouldn't say. I wouldn't agree.
When I watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette, when one of those shows is on, I go, look at these people's teeth. Look at all of their teeth. They look fake. They look like they all have veneers in. And maybe some of them do. I don't know. This is going to change the game here because this research that's underway in Japan is now starting on a group of, they said, 30 men ages 30 to 64 who are missing at least one molar. And the drug that they've invented will help them regrow those teeth. And it triggers whatever happens in you. You know, when you're a little kid and you lose your baby teeth and then your big teeth come in, they're able to, with this drug, trigger that, and bam, you can grow new teeth in your mouth, which would just be mind-blowing if you could pull this off. It would be bad, though, if things went south. If you got like a weird-ass looking tooth in there, or I guess you could just pop that out and, no loss, better than nothing.
I'm wondering how they just grow one tooth.
It's a lot of science. It says the drug deactivates a protein known as uterine sensitization associated gene-1, or USAG-1, and the drug aims to inhibit the inhibiting protein, which will let a new tooth grow in the spot that they're looking for. So I don't know if they'll be successful, but they've tried it on ferrets and rats, and they have a whole bunch of teeth in these ferrets and rats. Apparently, it's worked out very well on that test. The question over to you folks on chat or with the dispatches, would you take a drug, maybe even in a test trial, where they promise you this thing is going to allow you to fill in those gaps in your mouth? You lost a tooth, you never grew one in, something went wrong, you take a pill and your teeth grow back. Would you give this a shot? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now.
I think it's a fascinating drug, but I think that some of the stuff that you led up to it with is not correctable by this drug. Like, I get missing teeth. Yeah. It sounds like they're just gonna stick a needle up there and turn off some proteins, and you're gonna get a new tooth. Just grows in and pops out. And oh my gosh, does that mean you could potentially experience teething as an adult?
It does, I think, because you would have to have the pains of those teeth growing in through your gums. Yeah. And that would not be pleasant. And
CNJ Forge says this is how the movie Teeth becomes reality. Wow.
This is a really weird thing that they're trying out here. Imagine somebody has no teeth in their mouth. They take this drug, and then bam, they grow a completely new set of actual human teeth, and they're beautiful and pristine.
How do you know they're beautiful?
You don't until you try it, I guess. But most of the people are desperate enough to try it.
Most of the people with beautiful teeth have them because they had braces, because they had, in the case of the Bachelor thing you're talking about, probably some veneers.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's awesome, but I also have questions like, all right, this is not helping anybody with just janked up, jankety teeth or just my bad LA teeth.
I'm going to need them to try this out for a little longer. I'm going to need them to do a little more experimentation and show me somebody who was missing a teeth, got a perfect tooth filling in, and it worked for them. In that case, I think they got a lot of money on their hands here. What do you think? Do let us know with your dispatches. We'll work some of those in a second here. They talk about it being a bad time to be young, which I think all these things where we say, oh, it's a terrible time to be alive. It's just the most amazing time ever to be alive, in my estimation. I don't know why people think that. But there's one thing that's going on where I go, oh, I wish that was a thing when I was a young kid in school. And right now, braces among younger kids is so popular. It's so popular to have braces that young kids that don't even need them are begging their parents to try to get braces because the aesthetic, the look of it has become popular. Did all three of us have braces? I did. Did you guys too? Oh, you did? Sabrina did have braces. Celia did have braces. So 2 out of the 3 of us had braces. I can tell you when I had them, they were the furthest thing away from cool at that time. Not a single person was like, damn, look at those cool braces you got.
When I was in middle school, when everyone seemed to have them, it was cool. To the point in which I had begged my dentist.
You wanted them back then?
I wanted them so bad. It doesn't make sense to me now, but as a child, I'm like, well, all my best friends have them. They could change the colors. The dentist was like a dick and was like, all right, he found out I was Annie in the school play, and he's like, if you get on the chair and then we're going to do the light and you sing tomorrow, then we'll consider giving you braces. I did the whole thing, and he's like, you don't need braces. And I threw a fit.
He prank monkeyed you, your dentist of all people?
Except no money received.
Tomorrow?
And then I still didn't get braces. I mean, I think in the long run, I'm glad I didn't. But
was this the garage dentist or this was another dentist?
Garage dentist was just one time.
Okay, so this is an actual dentist. established dentist in a dentist office.
Probably
and
had
he
something
made
to
you
do with
sing.
my filling that fell out as an adult, but the braces was an actual orthodontist.
You know, you say that, but I think a lot of kids go through that. Didn't you ever want to have a cast a little bit? I know I did at points in time.
Wanted to cast. I wanted glasses when I was like 15 or 16. Ended up getting those and wore them all of 2 months.
I always thought crutches looked fun, and then I used them.
And then you had them. Yeah, well, that's how it always works. You're always looking at it and you go, oh, it'd be cool to have braces, a cast, or whatever you want down the list. And then if you actually require them, you don't want them. You want to go as far away from them as you possibly can. It's just how it seems to work. Well, the good news is the kids are back in school, hopefully learning some things. And the bad news is they're having to ban more things. The kids seem to like, some of them at least, the cell phone bans. They seem to think that that's all right. I've seen some polling on that looked impressive, looked good. But they want a lot of other things banned. They want kids banned from wearing, we're adding to this. Because what was the thing we had the other day? What was the thing
Let's
where
go
we all
Brandon
were like,
shirts.
No.
Black.
Before that. Was it black, all black outfits?
Mm-hmm.
All black outfits at some schools they were banning because they thought it's a sign that the student is depressed. I'm not sure how this fixes anything. Now, good luck with this, friend. They're trying at many schools to ban hoodies. Good luck. Crocs and mirrors for whatever reason. It was trying to get students to not bring them to the school, including this one's Bessemer City High School in Alabama. They said open-toed sandals. No, we're not doing this. Crocs, foam clogs. We're not doing this. Hooded sweatshirts. We're not doing this. You can't have tights. You can't have hats. You can't have sunglasses. You can't have headbands. You can't have bonnets. You can't have bandanas. Midriff shorts and shirts. Tight-fitting bodycon dresses. What's a bodycon?
So then do a uniform. How about that?
It's really close to a uniform here.
Might
Body
as well.
contour, I guess, like Spanx or something. Shirts and skirts and jeans with holes above the knees.
Okay.
All at this school, which is straight up.
First of all, open-toed
out of the 70s.
I don't think I was ever allowed to wear open-toed shoes in high school. Like I don't know why that's new to people.
I don't remember if that was a rule in my high school. I don't remember if we were able to do that.
Penny loafers.
Ugh.
Like straight up penny loafers.
I did too for a little while at Berean Christian for the year and a half, I think,
Not
that I went
fun.
there. No, it wasn't a good time. That school and me didn't get along for more reasons than that. Let's hear from you, and it's dispatch time. And let's see what we got to start things off here. Here is Missy talking about growing teeth. Here you go.
I don't know about this growing teeth back thing. If you ever been around a baby who's teething, why would you want to go through that again? Fever, the pain, drooling. Ugh, couldn't even imagine it. Not to mention that if dental work is so expensive, how much do you think they're going to charge for these pills to grow your teeth back?
Big time.
It would have to be astronomical. Ugh, have a good day, junkies.
Thank you, Missy. Appreciate you. It would be expensive because that's what they're doing all this for. That's what the study is for. Leslie on YouTube says, Crocs make 0 sense to ban. The only place I want to ban Crocs is
your own house?
No. I've never worn a pair in my life. I don't even know what they feel like. I hear they're comfortable as hell, but
I feel like I'd sweat in them.
I would not want them on escalators because of the horror stories that I hear about that. That's the only place where I would be okay with a ban on Crocs. Croc gets
You
stuck
would
in there.
fare better with Crocs than you would an untied shoelace.
You think so?
On escalators, yeah.
I don't know that I've heard too many
slip out
stories
of a
about that.
Croc.
The Crocs thing has happened at least a handful of times in stories that we've even talked about on this show. It freaks me out. Here's Alfonso with a dispatch about teeth.
Hey, this is Al. I would definitely try it. 100%. The only problem is if it grows in where the tooth you have already, if it grows in there too, then you got a problem. You'd be screaming like a little girl. Love you guys.
All right, thank you, Alfonso. He's on the side of trying this out or wanting to give it a shot. A bunch of other people have questions about this or want to get their opinion across. That's welcome. Go do it yourself. Just take a moment of your time. Don't be shy. I'm sure your voice is beautiful, even if you don't think it is. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
I think my biggest question is who's it for? Is it for people who can't afford dentures or implants or veneers or all of the above? I mean, or is it supposed to be the new thing?
It says it's for, they plan to expand the study to children's 2 to 7 with congenital tooth deficiencies. And I don't know. It's hard to figure out exactly what they're going for in terms of the target audience. Probably as many people as they possibly can get. It's been in development since 2005 when they figured out that this could work. And now they're trying to make a whole bunch of cash off of this thing. All right. We want you to send your dispatches. We got the next episode on the way in just a bit. We've also got this controversy over the Nebraska Wallses for Trump. These are people who say they're in Tim Walz's family and they don't even like him. They're not voting for him. Why does the media obsess with these kind of stories? We'll dive into that and we'll see what this was all about. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic is up to speed on the Greenway, however. Authorities have moved that accident off to the right shoulder now. Southbound on the Greenway near Curry Ford Road. There's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive and delays at the intersection where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. There's no major problems on I-4. Traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 and Florida's Turnpike. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Whenever you need us, just reach out and we'll be there with more locations, more experts, and more resources to deliver the healthcare you need to comfort you and make you feel your best. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Did you know that Mortgage Guy Don also does commercial and small business administration loans? You have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you are in luck. That Mortgage Guy Don can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Don't leave money on the table. Let that Mortgage Guy Don help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. That Mortgage Guy Don has your back and has over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. Get a quote today by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair.
but hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Mount Dora is where the ultimate barbecue collides with bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon at the Pitmasters and Pourers event. Join us on September 14th from 3 to 8 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park. Enjoy great food, along with live music by the Shailen Band, interactive entertainment, college football viewing, and more. Sponsored by Visit Lake and Yingling. Tickets $12 in advance and $15 at the gate. Visit pitmastersandpourers.com. That's pitmastersandpourers.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers. It's
What's rolling out in that? Some cool new features and things that will improve a lot of stuff that you've been complaining about, even though you haven't complained too much. But that will all be up very soon in the newsjunkie.com. Okay, this is something that the media seems to like to do, and I'm going to give you some examples of this, because this week everybody's talking about how there's this photo of all these people from Tim Walz. He's the VP pick for Kamala Harris's campaign, from his family, and all the Tim Walz family members are Trump supporters. And they're wearing a shirt that says Walz's for Trump, and says, Trump 2024, take America back. And this starts spreading around everywhere in the last couple of days. I saw somebody saying, no, it's not real, it's fake. No, it's totally real. It's definitely real. And it's something that these family members, who actually are related to Tim Walz, got together to do on purpose. And the thing that I always pick up on with stories like this is the media loves when someone from the other team is goes like traitor territory.
They wanted betrayal.
Yeah, they want betrayal.
They want there was a lot of stuff was said about RFK with this too.
Mm-hmm.
Where they were like, oh, I forget who it was. Dan Bongino, I think, that tweeted out something that everybody was retweeting. That was like, when a Democrat from a traditionally Democratic family and all these Democratic things, says you shouldn't vote for a Democrat, you should listen.
Yeah,
I was like, you could read that. Yeah, you could read that in a different tone. You could be like, when a Democrat who's always been a Democrat in the Democratic family all of a sudden says, "Ooh, you shouldn't vote for the Democrat." You should listen.
You know, let me give you an example. They on MSNBC all the time. They have, I think it's Mary Trump, who's a member of the Trump family, and she does the same exact thing. She has been grifting off this for years now, where they, in the media, they use her as somebody to go, look, even somebody on the Trump family doesn't like Trump. And now it pops up on the other side. It's like, even Tim Walz's family doesn't want to vote for him. Or
never would have happened with Obama's.
They use this in so many stories. Another example is Disney stories. If they're going to do Disney stories, and it's about how Disney is greedy, et cetera, they'll have Abigail Disney on, who contributed nothing to the Disney empire at all. Oh, no. Seems to be super ashamed of the fact that she's made a lot of money off of this, so she's an activist against Disney. This is something that happens all the time. I think it's really dumb. It doesn't give you any more credibility because your last name is Trump or Walz in this example. It doesn't give you any more credibility to say that you should vote for this person or that person. But the news organizations absolutely love the turncoat. Even this person says it. It's everywhere you look on these stories.
Oh, Trump's nephew Fred's doing it now, too.
He's out there, and he's against Trump. Fred is.
Apparently.
I haven't seen him yet. They always are doing this. And once they find somebody, it's almost like they're a whistleblower, and they're telling you the truth, finally, that the other folks won't tell you. It gives you no credibility in my book, what your last name is.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. The nephew got on MSNBC and said that Donald doesn't give an S about soldiers, and he dropped the S-bomb on MSNBC.
Right, yeah, I remember seeing this story. Yeah, it'll be like, this person has all kinds of special information because they're a member of the family, and it's so cringe. It doesn't really do anything for me other than make for a viral thing. And the Republicans will do it now with this Tim Walz thing, and Walz is for Trump because they think turnabout is fair play. You guys have done this with all these other folks, and now here it is happening on your side. Do you think that is something they should be doing, or does that not have any credibility with you? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. I want to get to some of those. Oh, another example would be like Liz Cheney just announced that she's going to support Kamala Harris for president. And they'll say, wow, even a Republican in Liz Cheney is going to support Kamala Harris. They're turning on their own side. They love to utilize these people to try to make the political points that they believed in anyhow. Sam says, people on both sides are saying the same thing for their own party. So I think so. Yes, I think you just have, everybody accepts that this is now what political warfare is. And everybody wants their side to attack the others ferociously. And there's a lot of appetite for that. That's why these folks out on the fringes get so much attention on social media platforms. Nothing that's centrist or like reason, none of that ever goes viral because it's not sexy. You got to go the opposite direction. Let's go over to a couple of dispatches to get your thoughts worked into the show today. Here is Rux talking about schools banning things.
Hey, junkies, what's going on?
Hey.
So about the school banning all of these things, almost everything that you listed are things that we could not have at school when I went to school. I graduated in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how all of this stuff got allowed in the first place. But the open-toe shoes or Crocs weren't out at the time, but no kind of slide sandals whatsoever. Nothing on your head, no bandanas, none of that kind of stuff. Midriff and all that stuff. There was actually a dress code.
Yeah.
So, no, it didn't necessarily be a situation where we needed uniforms, but there was a dress code.
Well, he's talking about all these schools that are banning more things when young people are coming back, like all black clothing. That seems kind of dumb to me. And various other things that were in this story. There was definitely a dress code when I was in school, but now it was so long ago. I don't know. Could you wear hats to school?
No.
You couldn't wear like a baseball hat or anything? Yeah, I guess not.
I think the only time you could wear like a hat to school was like if it was like Spirit Day or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had a big pep rally, but even then, hats were not allowed. I remember specifically any shirts with alcohol logos on them, not allowed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never knew that life, man. It's so interesting to me.
Because you're going to schools where they had the dress code?
Yeah, uniform. I had a uniform the whole time. And I think that played a big part on going to college and trying to figure out what my style was.
Well, hold on.
7 days a week.
Looking back at that, would you rather have had that be the case, that you had not only a dress code, but an absolute uniform that you had to wear? Or would you rather have been able to wear what you wanted?
Uniform.
You'd rather have the uniform?
Totally cool with the uniform of it all, because it was also much easier.
And
I have a hard time.
so...
I'm here packing for a trip, and the picking of clothes, and I often, if you watch the stream enough, wear the same outfits because it's all too much for me.
Well, isn't it nice to have a thing where if you do have uniforms in a school, it's harder for the kids to make fun of each other? You're not going to make fun of the kid for his shoes or his outfit necessarily.
The shoes was like one of the things I did get made fun of for when I was in private school.
Oh, because it was one of the only things you could actually choose what you were wearing?
Exactly.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
Do you have nerd shoes, Celine?
I don't remember what it was, but like I had a friend that could find anything to say about something like that, and I had got some new shoes. I don't even remember what brand they were, and he was like, "What are those, mountain climbing shoes?" It's not even really an insult, really. But
the way he said it is rude.
It doesn't sound like much of a friend. So this kid would just make fun of your outfits every day or whatever you were wearing?
No, I just said my shoes, because all the outfits were the same.
What's
we were
he
all
doing
wearing the
with his
same
life
stuff.
now?
I think he got arrested for sleeping under a bridge.
All right.
I would never make fun of C-Lane's shoes, because for those of you who are new around here, C-Lane has a much more limited selection of shoes that he can wear on his big-ass feet. He wears a size 15, I think.
15 or 16.
15 or 16.
Depending on the cut of the shoe, you know.
So sometimes you're just lucky that they made some company who dreamed of eking out a profit made one shoe that you could use as yours.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the win. Over to one more dispatch. Here's FSU Lulu talking to us. Hello?
Lulu.
Hey, junkies. So I think I would try out that grow back some teeth drug that they're testing, although I don't think I'd do it in the testing trials. I'd want to make sure it actually works. I am missing 4 teeth genetically. They didn't come out from an accident or anything, but they're in the front. So you would definitely notice them if I didn't have a bridge placed. Thankfully, it is in place. It looks pretty good. No one knows the difference, but if that was an option at some point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. There's many people that hear the idea that there's a drug in the works, in the pipeline. You take a pill and your teeth can grow back. If you're missing teeth, they can grow back. Really your teeth, not veneers. You can fix your mouth. I think to some people that sounds like a miracle drug, just like when you hear people are taking Ozempic or various other things to lose weight. This would be a breakthrough on that level for the folks who struggle with that. Because, like I said, a lot of people who have bad teeth, if you don't have bad teeth, you wouldn't even realize this. They don't want to smile. They don't want to open their mouths. They have to completely change the way they talk sometimes because they get embarrassed. And it's just a bad situation. We have time for one more, C-Lane, or I can't see where we're at here.
I think we're done.
We're done? Okay. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Katy Perry is making headlines for her line about rewarding chores with the word before lines, if you catch my drift. I'll let you know. Florida is out Floridiaing themselves by offering a new license plate that some think encourages drunk driving. Plus, Brian May almost became another one that bit the dust. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. there, Central Florida. This is Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday afternoon forecast. As we head into about the 1-2 o'clock hour, we're going to start to see that eastern sea breeze really working, popping up those storms across I-95 and pushing west, stalling across downtown Orlando as we head through the rest of the afternoon. High is going to be throughout the low 90s, but with the humidity, going to be feeling like 105 degrees as we head through the rest of the day. Have a wonderful Thursday.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. Save up to 70% during the Labor Day sale. Experience the best deals on top brands: Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Serta, Purple, Casper, and more. Plus, get a free adjustable set with select purchases with 0% interest financing and free next-day delivery. MattressWarehouse.com.
I can't, in good conscience, sell something that I know is not going to keep its value.
That's Keith LeClaire, who is one of only a handful of jewelers around the country who refuses to sell lab-grown diamonds.
The value of these things tumbles so fast.
The fact is, a natural diamond, a product of Mother Earth, takes billions of years to create. But now, machines that make lab-grown diamonds are creating them in a matter of days, leading to worldwide mass production. So if you're getting engaged or celebrating a special occasion, you need to be aware of what you're buying, what it's worth today, and what it'll be worth a year from now.
Nobody will buy your diamond. No jeweler, no dealer, nobody. So if the experts won't buy them, why would you?
Fads come and go, but your love is eternal. Let IDC help you celebrate that love with a diamond that is just as meaningful, as valuable, as rare, and eternal.
Providing value and protecting our customer from making a big financial mistake was my job, and I feel like I've done that for 43 years.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
If Heineken Silver was a 60-second radio ad, it'd tell you all the stuff you need to know in only 30 seconds to keep things light and refreshing. Seriously, time me. Heineken Silver, a world-class light beer that's surprisingly crisp and refreshing, made with only premium quality ingredients and just 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories, all without compromising on taste. Heineken Silver, all the taste, no bitter endings. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Whew, 30 seconds, that's it. Done. Peace.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
STF Pro LLC has an opening for a recruitment coordinator, job code BS824 in Orlando, Florida, and other unanticipated locations throughout the United States. Carry out recruitment processes and support market operations team. Position requires a high school diploma or foreign degree equivalent plus 1 year of experience in job offered or in a customer service position and fluency in Spanish. Offered salary range is $41,330 to $54,018 per year. Mail resume to Diana Ladino, 1700 Water Place, Suite 216, Atlanta, Georgia 30339.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injury law firm Kaufman & Lind. When looking for an attorney, I would choose experience. Do they care? Will they pick up your phones? I'd avoid the guy who sounds like this when he picks up.
I'd do anything for you. I got plastic wrap, I got a shovel in my trunk, and I got a boat at the marina. Thanks to this mofo.
If you want to hire a law firm who's willing to work this hard just to do a commercial, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
The world of entertainment and beyond. And then we got that update on the Apalachee High School shooting. The shooter's family is getting into a real mess in their response to this. What's going on? We will talk about that in just a bit here. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Boom, boom.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day. Hold up.
Hold up is right, because if you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps you've owned in a business and you want to expand that bad boy. You got to work with that mortgage guy, Don, by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. The website, beautiful, very easy to navigate through. The person, even more beautiful, very easy to work with. He will explain the process to you. He's got so many sources. He's been doing it for years, and he has your best interest in mind. So start that process today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 8 years ago, 2016. The lead singer of this band, I'll take his name or the band or both.
Queen.
Queen is right. And the lead singer's name?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Sean, you're at 0.
Wow.
Boy.
2 losses in a row.
On this day, 8 years ago, that an asteroid was named after him.
Nice.
I assume one that did not hit Earth, which is nice. On what would have been his 70th, oh my God, forgot it. Birthday, 70. 70th.
You got it.
No, I don't have it. I had to say it 5 times.
You got it on the 5th, though. You nailed it on the 5th.
Happy birthday, Dead Freddy, and someone who is not dead but almost was from the band. Queen guitarist Brian May suffered a minor stroke.
My God.
Recently?
Recently, but the headline is from all the sources saying, don't worry, you could still play guitar, you guys.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Thank God. Not to fear. He says, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I didn't have control over my left arm, so it's a little scary, I have to say. Left arm, unless if he's a, I guess, natural guitar player. That's not the right way to say it. He would be screwed up in the soloing, all the frets and the chords and all that.
Correct.
Right?
Unless he was a left-handed guitar.
Which I can't even imagine doing it on the other side. Is the thickest key or the thickest string still on top?
Yes, if you have a left-handed guitar, but if you're playing a right-handed guitar,
you'd have to
with
turn
your
it.
left hand, you'd have to turn it upside down.
Interesting.
That's Jimi Hendrix style, right?
It might be.
I think he used to do it that way.
He's on restrictions for now while he recovers. He's not allowed to drive, get on a plane, or do anything that will elevate his heart rate. But he can rock out if he wants to. Before you send him well wishes, by the way, he says, do not. Please don't do that. It'll clutter up my inbox, and I hate that. Direct quote. I don't know if you need to send well wishes to this guy right here.
Oh, yeah, Elton John.
Elton John is right. And he's still standing, but his eye is not good.
What happened to his eye?
He said he is recovering from a, quote, severe eye infection that has unfortunately left him with only limited vision in one eye.
Damn.
He is revealed in a new post. I am healing, but it's still an extremely slow process, and it'll take some time before sight returns to the impacted eye. I've been quietly spending the summer recuperating at home and feeling positive about the progress I've made in my healing and recovery thus far. And then there's apparently a lot more to that statement, but they've only given that paragraph. He retired from touring last year, and I guess since then has gotten himself an eye infection. So severe he can't see out of one eye, but at least he made a song about it.
He did?
Oh, he probably would. Absolutely not. There's no way in hell I'm using this effect.
It's a little low. It's a little lower than...
Also back and forth. You hear?
Is it panning?
It's not panning for us.
No, it's not panning for us. It's just not loud. It's just, you got to crank it.
Not cranking nothing.
All right.
That was very abrupt.
I've got a pussy eye. It's so crusty, yeah. My name is Elton John.
Well, I wasn't sure who it was.
This is what happens when you eat bud.
It is? That's what it came from?
I mean, sounds like pink eye to me. But that is alleged. And will anyone hear that effect? Because it was freaking me out.
You hear something
it went
different.
Very fast between both of my ears.
I don't know why that works that way for you, because we don't hear that. We just hear like the effect itself.
Some people are not hearing this guy right here. Thank you for the segue.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, Nelly is right. But more like, whoa, Nelly. You actually aren't performing at the state fair, and a bunch of us bought fake tickets for it. And now there's tears in here. Very sad. A controversy over a fake concert, tickets to Tweens State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I guess over in a place I'm not familiar with, because this is from their local news source, and WSIL TV.
All right.
Familiar with those call letters? Many people got the chance to see Nelly take the stage, but some people were disappointed to learn the tickets were absolutely fake. Nikki Banfield, one of those, heard Nelly was performing at the Tweens State Fair.
Harrisburg, Illinois is where that is.
Hot in here. She says the first site that popped up was StubHub, and because she knew the company's name well, she bought her tickets there. Her son's very first concert.
Man.
But then when she got to the state fair, arrived at the grandstand, she and a few others were surprised to learn that the site that sold them their tickets were not valid for the concert whatsoever. But her butt still looked big in the mirror.
Hey, did you guys see, I don't know if you're going to be talking about this or not, did you see Ludacris throwing out the first pitch at the baseball game?
No, but by all means, share it.
Hold on. I'm going to have to put this up on See It Now if you missed this.
The last time I saw him in the headlines, he drank glacier water, and that's supposed to be really bad for you, but now it's a celebrity trend. Diplo just did it.
They're all doing it?
Yeah.
Here he is.
Oh, look at those shoes.
He had giant shoes and giant hands to throw out the first pitch. I don't know how they made this work, but the ball is like stuck to Ludacris's giant hands.
Oh, it's probably the same stuff that those cheating pitchers use.
Maybe it is. Some tar or something. And he goes up there.
All big arms, too.
Yeah. Huge arms and huge shoes. I'll put this up on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com.
I thought
Ludacris
his thing
goes up.
Was a big head. Does he now have... Oh, and it flew.
It worked, right?
Wow.
I don't know how he was able to do that, but he pulled it off.
It was probably like
Luda.
one of those, like maybe it was just Velcroed onto his hand, and it was like once he puts enough force on it, it'll let go of the ball. He had to have had some practice swings with that, though.
I would hope so.
It looks kind of cool. I think he does this at his concerts.
If you ask me.
Go check it out. It's over on thenewsjunkie.com in the See It Now section.
Anyways, this gal paid almost $300 for her fake tickets. And so keep an eye out for those scammers.
To a state fair.
Mm-hmm. Or if you want to stay home and do some chores, and you're married to this lady.
Oh, I know that.
Yes, you do. And you met her.
Who is that?
You met her.
Katy Perry.
And
it is Katy Perry.
That is her name. And according to headlines, I don't on you.
Oh, that's kind.
It's very kind. Why are you telling us that, Katie?
Yeah, that's true. We didn't need to
Catherine?
know that necessarily.
She says, if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get some mop.
Did you see Orlando Bloom's comment on this or no?
Oh, tell me more.
He posted
did more
in
prep
the
than I did, apparently.
He posted in the comment thread and he said, "I just cleaned the whole house."
I mean, like, literally, that's my love language. She says, I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari. Just do the effing dishes. I will, and then repeats that she will do the mop if you do some mopping of the kitchen floor. So, congratulations. No reference as to why this was asked and why she's sharing this information. American Idol coming out soon, or
I don't know if she's even on that anymore. Is she?
Couldn't tell you.
I haven't kept up with her.
I feel like cleaning.
The only thing I've seen is this. For some reason, her new album came out and people did not like it. People were like, "No, we're not doing this Katy Perry thing anymore." And I think they came after the music video. It was a whole anti-Katy Perry movement. So I'm not necessarily on board with it, but I see
like
things
that
happening
new song's like, you're a woman and you're making strides. That
I haven't heard that one.
Right,
is that the one everyone hated?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's
very
like
much.
Definitely a negative backlash.
How about
it was a song about like women empowerment that was produced by Scooter Braun or what? Scooter Braun?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Controversial because he was accused of all kinds of things by Kesha, I believe.
I thought it was Luke.
No. That's different. You're right. You're that's Luke.
Oh, maybe it was DJ Luke then. It was the person that Kesha had the beef with.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if there's any beef, but there's certainly a sniffer. There's that new show about this show. Slow motion saving lives. Baywatch is right, and Jeremy Jackson.
Dr. Luke is the one who produced it. That's correct.
Yeah.
Jeremy Jackson, he played Hobie on Baywatch back in the early 90s when he was around 11 years old. He was the kid on the show, I imagine. And now with this...
hope so. If he was 11, he was playing an adult, it would have been some strange scenes.
Now I'm imagining that. It would have been hilarious.
He's like, he's just pretending. Just a fellow kid style, like he's an adult like the rest of them.
He's just holding boobs at this point as he's trying to save somebody from the water. This is part of the new docuseries after Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, and he's having a moment. I don't know if it's in the sun, but he has admitted that he was too young to mess around with any of his sexy, way older than him female co-stars.
Yeah.
So instead, he snuck into their trailers and sniffed their dirty bathing suits.
What?
And he's admitting all of that on this new
Why are all these
docuseries.
people saying this on television? What's wrong
know.
with
You just
I
take
feel
that
like
one to
I
the
say
grave.
too much.
Yeah.
Just take it to the grave.
Oh, no, he's taking it right to his nostrils, Elaine. All those dirty bathing suits. Are they really that dirty? If they're in the ocean water?
Depends on who's wearing them.
So there were these hot chicks, this is a direct quote. I would normally sneak into their trailers after they were done and grab any dirty bathing suits. Let's just say I've smelled every female undercarriage on Baywatch. End quote.
It's so weird.
Very, very strange. Let's do a palate cleanser. Barney's back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Barney's back, and Mattel sets premiere date for a rebooted preschool show, but this time it'll be animated. And by animation, it's not like paint or pen or color to paper. It's like CGI style.
They should have made it hardcore.
I think so, too.
Give Barney a gun.
Didn't Barney get weird, too? Or was that another puppeteer?
Some young kids got weird on Barney when they were pretending to brush their teeth.
The guy who was in the Barney suit, he's now a like sex therapist.
Oh,
he does,
wow, okay.
He does some sort of like yoga class, but it's for sex positions.
Yeah, it's tantric sex business that he runs, it says.
So there you have it, my friends, and congratulations to the team, Barney. Anyways, I love you and you love me, and the boob tube is for you to see.
Nailed it.
Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. You could see what I look like as a beetle. I think the wrong one, in my opinion, but you won't know until You go on Instagram at Sabrina Ambro to follow me. And you can see all my Italy adventures for the next week. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
The effects stayed around.
How?
Is it going to do the commercials like that too?
Yeah, no, it will. Good call.
Tell me when we're good. You tell me when we're all set. So,
we're all set.
Okay, good. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got...
Throw myself off the roof.
Every time Mo comes into the studio, I'm like, somebody has entered the studio. Just some... listener has busted into my house. I'm like, freak out, mini panic each time.
Wait,
Mo
a
is here.
listener would have to get through your front door.
No, I didn't see a text or I didn't know that he was here. Just the door opens and someone walks in. For a second, I think this is it. I'm assassinated on the radio show. It's over with. But
do we go to commercial or do you want us to continue the segment until the right time to go on break?
You guys should make the most out of it. But Mo's not going to kill me.
I mean, I'm pretty much a hate listener, so
at this point,
I wouldn't go that far.
He's turned the corner. All right. When we come back, we'll chat with our friend Mo. We got a bunch of updates. I want to talk about this Apalachee high school shooting and the family of the shooter's response, which has been just unhinged, absolutely unhinged. And you got to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Take us with you anywhere. Yep, even there. Follow Real Radio 104.1 on the free iHeartRadio app. Just please wash your hands when you're done.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The center lane is blocked due to an accident on Highway 1792 northbound at Shepherd Road. The off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Ivanhoe Boulevard, that is blocked due to an accident, causing delays through the city on I-4 there. The right shoulder is blocked on the Greenway southbound near Curry Ford Road, and there's delays at the intersection where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Kathleen Madigan, the Day Drinking Tour.
I am a fan of the millennials because they're the first generation that has realized that if you live with your parents long enough, eventually they'll be glad you're there. Yes. When your parents are 85 and they see you in the kitchen, they'll be like, hey, can you drive at night?
Friday, April 11th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale Friday, September 6th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster and Hard Rock Live box office.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 Garage. Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. Do you have people that you love? If you do, have them go to Life Imaging FLA and get that heart scan. It's possibly a free heart scan, and early detection of heart disease and cancer. That's a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. You know, I'm dealing with my sister right now who has stage 4 cancer, and she tells everybody she wishes she would have gone and had a scan earlier and found out she had cancer at, stage 1. It's a much easier fight. If you have someone in your family that you love, get them over to Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value that is definitely worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. If there's someone that you love in your family, have them go to Life Imaging FLA, get that heart scan, get the cancer screening, and make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Start your engines for the Central Florida International Auto Show November 14th to the 17th at the Orange County Convention Center with hundreds of new and unique vehicles. Buy tickets now and save $2 per ticket at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Radio 104.1.
He's smiling, and that alone should scare you. This.
You can always learn more about the show. Do that by going over to thenewsjunkie.com. If we're talking about something visual, you can see it on See It Now, and there's a lot more for you at thenewsjunkie.com. I do want to talk about the shooter at this Apalachee high school. This is in Georgia where this went down. 2 people were dead on the teacher's side, 2 people on the student side. So 4 people were killed by this loser. And then he was hauled off. They said they're going to charge him as an adult and charge him with murder, obviously. We know the basic details that he left the classroom and then came back, and this younger woman, the student, was going to open the door for him. And then she realized, oh, hang on, I should not be opening the door for this person. They have a gun. And so he went into the next room and started shooting up that classroom. And eventually he was apprehended. And we know his name, but there's no need to repeat that over and over and over. You know, he was a 14-year-old. But there is some questions that I have. One thing that happened, we played right at the start of the show, just in case you missed this, let me refresh your memory. One of the fellow students, Lila, I think is her name, she was talking about how she wasn't surprised that this kid shot up the school. She saw all the things you see in a school shooter, so she wasn't surprised. I'll bring you back.
Did he ever say anything?
No, he never really talked. He was pretty quiet. He wasn't there most times. Either he just didn't come to school or he just would skip class. But even when he would have talked, it was one-word answers or just short statements.
You told me off camera you weren't surprised that he would be the shooter. Why is that?
Just because when you think of like shooters and how they act or things that they do, it's usually the quiet kid, or like that's a stereotype for it to be, and he was the one that fit that description in our class.
All right, so this is what this student said that we talked about earlier. Here's a new tidbit that is coming on this story, and this is from NBC News. It says, suspect launched the shooting on his second day at Apalachee High School. He was a brand new student.
What?
And the day that he shot the place up was his first, quote-unquote, real day of class. He was a brand new student to Barrow County Schools. He had enrolled about 2 weeks prior. This was his second day at school. He had been before. He left early on that day, and this was his first real full day, they said. And it's interesting to juxtapose that with people who are talking about him and saying, oh, he was like this, I'm not surprised. He was answering with one-word answers. Unless she knew him in other grades or at other schools, she doesn't know who this kid is. She only knew him for a day. And there's people doing interviews talking about they know him. Again, maybe she went to another school with him. Maybe she had more contact with him. But that kind of seems a little weird to me.
Well, what school was he threatening then if he only been at that school for 2 days? Because they said he had made threats or something. He was under watch.
I guess for a different school. It must have been, because that was a year prior. And they said this was his first actual day at this school. And now I want to go over what I think is maybe the spiciest and most insane thing in all of this. And that is the response from the family members of this 14-year-old shooter. Keep in mind, their 14-year-old relative just shot up a school and killed 2 kids and 2 teachers. You should know better than to launch in to some insane defense of your family member. I don't care if they're your family member. And I've talked about this on the show before. If your mom, let's say, snapped and did something terrible and you felt just horrible about it, but you loved your mom and you wanted to maybe not support your mom in that, but you still wanted to have a relationship with your mom, I could see the people that would want to do that. So I understand family bonds going beyond crimes and whatnot. But this was so odd. And one of them was his aunt, Annie Polhamus Brown is her name. And so she posts on Facebook after all this happened. Here's one of the first posts I have here. She posts, "They are charging my 14-year-old nephew as an adult for murder. Y'all ready to see some Polhamus blood in full throttle? Nah, I wouldn't be either," she said. And I guess she's really upset that he's going to be charged as an adult, so she wants to post about that and, ready to see her go nuts. That's what's going to happen here. Super weird for you to post that after he killed 4 people. Then she said, "Please, somebody get me in touch with GBI." That's the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. "I've tried calling. I'm not scared. I will not back down. I will not disrespect other parents and families that are dealing with this tragedy on the opposite end. They did not deserve this. I will not do anything but humbly support the families involved in this incident that did not ask to be participants. With that said, I will not leave my nephew standing alone. When Uvalde," they're talking about the school shooting there, "when that happened, I told my own children that day, only hurt people hurt people. I did everything I could to fight for my nephew and my niece and my other nephew. Y'all can go ahead and play the blame game all you want, but the families affected by my nephew's actions deserve all the attention now. I'll take care of my nephew and what he needs on his side. Just check yourself before you speak about a child that never asked to deal with the BS he saw on a daily basis." So she's running defense and kind of excusing what happened because you don't know what this kid went through at his house, which is not a terribly unique story. This tends to be the case that these kids are living in homes where things aren't going well. But maybe just shut up for like 5 seconds after a family member does something absolutely horrific like this. Maybe it's just not your time to speak out about how you're a victim in this and you've been wronged. That's a really, really dumb thing to do. And I don't know why anybody would do that. Strategically, it just seems like a nightmare. And nobody is going to side with you other than maybe like some personal friends or something. And even if this kid was, I hope he wasn't, but even if he was abused or you have all these horror stories about him, it doesn't excuse anybody picking up a gun and harming innocent people. Why would you ever give any voice to that kind of idea? That's just unheard of to me. We'll see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Fire off a dispatch. Now, one of the comments on this was Sonia Chambliss, and she said, I taught Colt, and I know firsthand he dealt with so much. I love him and will be thinking about him and your family as you go through this tragedy. I'm so sorry. Such a sweet boy.
Doesn't sound like a sweet boy, guys.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a sweet boy to me.
What the
What a
hell?
crazy statement.
Such a sweet boy and a heart emoji.
You
What?
hold on to that, sister. We may need you.
Yeah. A sweet boy is not the thing to call somebody after they've just done something like this. Melissa on YouTube says, she's saying the other families need all the attention. However, she's posting to get attention? Yeah. She's trying to have it both ways. But when her people and her are saying positive things about this young kid.
Don't say nothing. How about that? Don't say anything.
Just go radio silent. Just shut up about anything to do with this. As I said, if you want to call him and talk to him and connect with him and maybe you feel for him in some weird way, do that. But doing it on Facebook? What? Out of your mind. That is crazy to me. And as far as this Mo, let's talk about this for a second. He's 14 years old, being charged as an adult. That sound crazy in this case or normal?
No, not at all. It's pretty normal, honestly. I mean, as we've talked about before, prosecutors typically have pretty broad discretion, at least in Florida, to direct file, meaning file charges as an adult and have them tried in adult court. Given the significance of the crime here, the age of the shooter, it's not surprising that they would charge him as an adult.
And would you expect that there would be any charges for the father if it was the father's gun that he used? I don't know how much you know about the story, but they said about a year ago, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, I think, or maybe the FBI, was sent to his house because he had threatened to do this at another school.
Okay.
They talked to him about the threats, and he said he didn't do it. And the father said, my guns are secure, no problem here. And obviously, if he got his dad's gun, that wasn't the case.
Well, I mean, we have a little bit of precedence for that in that other case where I think the mother was convicted in it wasn't the child school shooter as well.
Uh-huh.
So now we have some sort of precedent for that. Before it was fairly uncommon. Now, based on that, they could try to charge the father if he failed to secure the gun properly, especially with that prior knowledge. Now, it's a little different here because we don't have any evidence that they were kind of encouraging or anything like that. But solely if they failed to properly secure the gun and they had that knowledge of prior threats of school shooting, that could be enough to bring some sort of charges.
Yeah. In the case you're talking about, there was text messages with the family back and forth with this kid who shot a place up. And there was even more evidence that the parents either absolutely should have known or actively helped him conceal his whereabouts afterwards, at the very least. And they're going after more parents for this. Good. I say yes. I say do this. When people used to look at these stories, I remember this so distinctly because I felt like I was the crazy one. There would be a story of a 4-year-old who shot a 7-year-old. And everyone would go, God, that's just horrific. I feel so bad for the mother. And I'd read the story and go, it was the mother's firearm that was left on a coffee table that was the reason why this happened. And I'd go, I feel bad in some way for the mother, but throw her ass in jail. This is not how you handle a firearm. And responsible firearm owners, I think, absolutely would agree with that. It's just unbelievable to me. Okay, let's see what you got going on. You've got some dispatches for us. And here's one from My Brother Can Suck It, right here talking about Walz, the VP choice.
What up, news junkies?
Hey.
So with the Tim Walz family for Trump, I think it's really stupid because they're related to him by second cousins. which is absolutely like, oh, my second cousin has an opinion that's different from me. Okay, I rarely interact with my second cousin. Why would that affect my point of view on life? Anyway, I think it's a real stretch to do that sort of thing, but that's just my opinion. Y'all have a great one.
So here's why that argument doesn't work. Tim Walz, his own brother and him don't get along. His brother doesn't like him. His brother is probably going to vote for Trump. And he's posted all kinds of stuff online about how don't trust this guy. He's not as folksy as he's pretending to be. He's going to be crazy politically, blah, 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 blah. His own brother is against him. I'm saying, who cares? If my brother came out against me on something, he shouldn't have any more credibility than any other person.
He's a Wasson.
Look, even he says Sean sucks. And you go, oh, all right, well, now if he had some specific knowledge as a family member. And
only Sabrina and I have specific knowledge of why you suck.
True.
Like if I would give you guys more credibility if you came out, because you could go, here's what it's like to work for him. Here's what I saw he did. He said this on air, but here's how he actually was. Those things are legitimate, but just somebody being related, I don't care. It doesn't do anything for me. I would never vote based on that. It seems really, really brain dead. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here in just a moment, and we wait for you to join us on the show. Fire off a dispatch in our general direction so we can hear you and what you think about all this. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we'll hit on those. We'll also talk about these two music industry stories that I was wondering if Sabrina would get into, including, have you been watching the Linkin Park thing? We talked about it a little bit previously, I think.
A little bit where there was supposed to be some announcement.
Yeah, big announcement, countdown timer. Then there was word that they were making fans who were going to go to this event sign NDAs. So they couldn't talk about what was announced at the event. It's a whole thing. We got that and a whole bunch more to get into it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
And this one victim said, quote, our sweet mother, they dismembered her. They sold her shoulders, knees, and feet for profits. I don't even know how I would react, but I will say it would be poorly.
If you found out they sold her head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are still working on that accident on Highway 1792 northbound at Shepherd Road. Traffic is slowing down through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Watch out for delays on Florida's Turnpike northbound between exit 244 and Osceola Parkway. And just travel with caution. The roadways are getting wet out there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, and $1,000.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows opening a small business is a great achievement. They offer custom insurance solutions to fit your needs. Get a quote and find why over 1 million small business owners trust them at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help. with high-quality, FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
As storm season heats up, your Better Business Bureau reminds you to make a list now of trusted professionals. If you need help after a hurricane, who will you trust? Protect your home and family by choosing licensed, reputable professionals. Turn to bbb.org to find a better business.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
what the hell's happening with Linkin Park. It's confusing. It's a lot of moving pieces here, and I'm trying to dig down to the bottom of it, but we'll see what happened there. Also, we've got some music news. We could do it like This Week in Music, because we've got two stories we're squishing together. So, in that case, it's time for This Week in Music. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Oh, my gosh. You got to tell me these things. I get the AI to generate the song in no time.
Nah, we'll skip it. We'll just go raw dog.
You're right.
This one.
You're right.
Surprise segment.
This Week in Music should absolutely be music-free. I get it.
Yeah. I want to twist it on its head. There you go. Linkin Park kept teasing. Didn't like that bad?
Nope.
Linkin Park kept teasing that they had some information they were dropping. It's just a modem connecting.
Information.
There you go. And go to their website, Sealand, if you can. Go to Linkin Park's website and see if this thing is still counting down. Because I think it was counting down, and then it stopped, and then it went in another direction, and then they had this big event that they were going to be kicking off,
it looks like a YouTube embed.
All right.
Yeah, because it says "Watch Later" as Chris Lane, and it has my YouTube account, little
When's
logo.
When's it scheduled for? Can you see?
Live in 4 hours.
Oh, okay. 4 hours from now is when they're going to do this. Depending on where you're listening, that's probably already done.
And they have a Discord now, man. Everybody be having a Discord.
Yeah. If you want to join the News Junkie fan Discord, you can check that out. Link over at thenewsjunkie.com. They said it all got a bit baffling when the timer ran out and immediately started up again. It glitched at 9 hours and 5 minutes, which fans took as the band hinting at releasing new music. Reports have been made.
Who's the singer?
That's the biggest question. Reports have been made that some fans who have been invited will have to sign a waiver beforehand, sort of like an NDA.
Who has a press conference with an NDA?
That's weird.
Those things do not mesh with each other, I believe.
Isn't the point of the announcement to get everybody to talk about the thing? I thought that was what you were trying to get to here. It says, for those who have been given the document, attendees will agree to be included in the recorded footage, but they're also not allowed to obtain any form or injunctive or equitable relief that would hinder, interfere, stop, or impede the production, distribution, or any other exploitation of the event.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell that means. Does that make any sense to you, Moses?
I mean, it does, but it doesn't, because it's very vague as far as what they're talking about at the same time.
Are they saying you just can't sue them? You're not allowed to obtain any form or injunctive or equitable relief that would interfere, hinder, or stop or impede the production, distribution, and any other exploitation of the event. Okay.
Yeah, so basically you can't sue them or try to stop the event.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the event?
Yeah, that's the question. Mystery, question marks all around it. And will there be a reboot of the band? Will there be a new lead singer? That is what all the drama suggests. We'll see what happens. You might know about this by now. The other thing I saw, and I don't know if you guys got a peek of this, but Green Day was playing in Detroit this weekend, this week on Wednesday night. And they're playing the song Longview, which, good song, still holds up.
Boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, close. It was in the neighborhood of that. And all of the band members on like a dime split and hauled ass off the stage. So they're right in the middle of performing this song. They're singing it and everything. And then all of them, they look like they're freaked out and they're scared. And they haul ass off the stage as fast as they can go. And people were thinking there was a bomb threat, that somebody was seen with a gun. What's happening here? I guess somebody flew a small drone over the stage, like up toward the stage, and security panicked. They didn't know what was going to happen with this, and they ushered every single person off of the stage there, which, would that be illegal if you went to an event like a concert, Mo, and you flew your own little drone up above the crowd?
Well, illegal. It could certainly be against the terms of the venue. You know, you're probably not allowed to bring drones in or fly drones within the venue. Now, obviously, as C-Lane knows, because he's a drone pilot, there are certain restrictions. I give credit where credit's due. Certain restrictions to where you can fly drones from an FAA perspective. I don't know if that would violate this, if there's some policy that they're violating. But certainly, I'm sure it would be against the venues.
Where was the venue? Do you know what venue it was?
The venue was at Comerica Park in Detroit is where this was.
Okay.
Comerica
So that
Park.
sounds like an outdoor venue. Oh, that's their the Detroit Tigers play there.
All right, so it's an outdoor stadium?
Yeah, it's an outdoor baseball stadium. So I don't know where the FAA gets involved indoors, but
I would think that they would just say you cannot fly anything over this venue. I would think it would be off limits.
It has to the actual FAA regulations deal mostly with actual sports games, but you can't fly over people unless you have a certain waiver or a certain drone small enough. Any drone small enough to sneak into a venue like that would probably not be much of a hazard,
a threat
to the band. Like
they thought it was a threat enough to rip them off the stage.
Yeah, they hauled ass. They were gone for 10 minutes
in the middle of the song too.
Yeah,
he's like, "Come on, everybody!" Whoop, and they were out.
And they ran like it was a terrorist attack. They've just hauled ass, leaving the audience very, very confused if they were in danger too.
I mean, I think it was a little bit of a abundance of caution, maybe even overabundance, but they, probably should have just focused on finding out who the hell it was and getting rid of it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like people trying to fly drones over venues, just trying to. This could have been somebody from the parking lot, right? Celine, would you be able to fly it that far? Like to park in the parking lot and then fly it over?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big venue.
Depending on the range of the drone, it's perfectly reasonable. I've flown over stadiums before. With nobody in them.
Okay, let's go to you. Your dispatches. Let's see what's going on where you are. Frostbite has a dispatch for us. Let's see what they want to say. Oh, it's about the presidential Nostradamus.
What's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday.
Hey.
I'm quite behind right now, so pardon me for that. But
it's okay.
You were just talking about this guy that came up with some model that predicts the presidents that win the election. And you were saying that one guy had everything correct from the 80s or the 90s up until now, with the exception of 2000 with George Bush and Al Gore, when he incorrectly picked Al Gore to be the president.
Yes, that's true. He got all of them right except for the Al Gore one. And he says, I still got that right because I was talking about the popular vote. And this guy who sees himself as a Nostradamus says he thinks that Kamala Harris is going to win.
Is it Nostradamus? I always said Nostradamus.
Maybe you're right. Hold on. Let me see. Nostradamus. I don't want to screw this up too many more times. We will find out together here, C-Lane. I've got it.
All right.
Right here.
Go.
Nostradamus.
Oh, Nostradamus.
Well, that's different than both of us were suggesting.
Nostradamus.
Is there a British version?
You guys.
There's only one. I can have it done real slow, though, if you'd like.
Nostradamus.
That didn't help me out at all.
No.
Never heard it pronounced that way. I've heard it the way you were saying, though. I've heard people certainly say it that way. Let's go to one more real quick. Here is Loki. We're talking about birds?
Most weekend junkies. The one thing that this whole election cycle has shown everybody that's smart enough to see it is where everybody falls when it comes down to, priorities in America and what's important. And, all these rhinos like the McCain and everybody that real Republicans never really liked, like Graham and all them, the Warhawks. It just shows who they are. And same thing with the Democrats. It just shows, what they're about and who they're for. So,
I'm not sure what he's talking about. I'm not sure what he's referring to. It might be the Tim Walz Cousins thing, which is kind of a stupid little controversy. Maybe he's referring to that. Maybe something else. If you want to read dispatch and kind of put your thoughts together a little more, we'll definitely hear from you. Send your dispatch by going to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Quick break, friends. When we come back, Mo DeWitt is with us. We'll do a little jury duty. We got to talk about the Mo Comedy Jam for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to get all fired up for this big event that is going down tonight. Do not miss out on this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Paramount Plus.
Week 1 of the NFL season kicks off tonight. It'll be the Chiefs beginning their quest for a Super Bowl three-peat against the Ravens. As for the Buccaneers, they may have to find a kicker for their season opener against Washington, with Chase McLaughlin dealing with an illness and abdominal injury. And Florida freshman quarterback DJ Lagway is set to make his first collegiate start Saturday against Samford, with QB Graham Mertz in concussion protocol. I'm Scott Davidson.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS all season long. Follow all the exciting on-field action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday all the way through the AFC Championship. So sign up, sign in, and start streaming Paramount Plus today.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Navy Federal Credit Union is back with more eligibility. Now you can hear all your favorites like, my brother's a veteran, I get amazing rates. My mom served, I get 24/7 member support. Grandpa was a soldier and now I'm a member. And who could forget, thanks to my father who served in the military, I'm now eligible for incredible member benefits. Call 1-855-800-2102 or visit NavyFederal.org today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, Katie. Hi. Let's embark on a performance calibration initiative synthesizing qualitative and quantitative metrics for this past fiscal year.
If Heineken Silver was corporate jargon, it would have all the info you need. None of the annoying gibberish.
What I was trying to say is, you crushed it last year, Katie. Lady, you are getting a big, fat bonus.
Heineken Silver, world-class light beer. Only 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories. All the taste, no bitter endings. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Hey, everybody. This is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising.
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks.
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Kevin Sorbo here, and I have an important message to share. If you owe the IRS back taxes, they can garnish your wages and levy your bank accounts. They can even seize your retirement or take your home. Tax Network USA is A+ rated and has saved over $500 million for their clients. Whether you owe a few thousand or a few million, they can help you.
Call Tax Network USA at 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com. That's 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by justcallmo.com.
Injured on the go? Justcallmo.com.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
You're a good person, and people like you. And if you want to learn more about us to see if we're good people, well, you can head on over to the website. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. There are a lot of people in relationships where their significant other has a lot of rules for them. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a relationship like this, but sometimes you get with somebody and you go, oh, my God, just endless rules. Courtney only has a handful. And I generally know what I can and can't get away with. At this point, I know if she goes, what movie do you want to watch? Don't even suggest anything, because whatever it is, she's going to go, nah, let's watch this instead. So I know my places where I'm going to take some L's, and I'm fine with it.
I told you what I tried to instill at my house, and it still just did not.
That's not sticking?
End up panning out. Yeah.
It was if you said five movies that your wife didn't agree with, then it was on her to make the choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems fair. I'm wading in to fight between the two of you, but that seems like a fair assessment of the situation.
It's hard to get her to get a suggestion on anything sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like if I text her, what should I get for dinner tonight? As in, like, I'm leaving work, I'm going to pick up the boy, I'm going to go to Publix. Get some groceries. What do you want? What do you want to eat tonight? The answer is always
whatever
food.
You want. Food? Just generic. Yeah. This is a story about somebody in a relationship where they've set down a lot of rules, and you know the person who I'm talking about because she's a single-name superstar by the name of Madonna. And if you've been watching Madonna, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in her world. She looks a little strange, and she speaks in strange ways with, like, different accents sometimes, like she's British. She does lots of weird stuff. But
That's
she's
Madonna,
dating
baby.
She's dating some guy who's 28. How old is she?
60 something.
Yeah, this story doesn't say. See if you can Google that, see Madonna's age, because she's dating somebody who's 28 years
66.
old.
She's been dating him for a minute, though.
She's not only dated this guy being younger than her. Her last boyfriend before that was younger than her too.
There's 38 years between them, which is how old I'm about to turn.
Damn. That's crazy to think about. That's a world between two people. And they said Madonna spoils him with clothes and gifts and first-class travel, but everything is on her terms. And here's the rules that Madonna has in this relationship with this 26-year-old dude. She's very strict with everyone in her life, and just because he's sharing her bed doesn't mean he gets a pass. That means he has to go to sleep when she does, and he has to get up when she does. So I'm imagining for Madonna, this is probably earlier, as she's getting a little bit older. But if she's going to sleep, he has to go to sleep. When she's waking up, he has to wake up. He has to eat the same diet that she does. Here's a tough one. He's banned from watching television. Not allowed to watch TV. And she doesn't like him to be on his phone unless he's doing something for her. Or the rules, allegedly, for this 28-year-old.
I've never seen a bigger red flag, but I guess if you're dating Madonna...
No, not worth it.
With the punches?
Which one do you think? Wait, which one is the biggest red flag to you?
TV.
Of that? No watching TV?
I watch so much TV.
Yeah, I would never be able to comply with this, even if I wanted to.
If, like, as far as the diet stuff, if they're cooking for me, then I'll eat whatever.
Yeah, I get that. If you're going to be eating meals together, you're going to have to kind of line up and sync up and eat the same
just
food.
Like so much restriction. It's not really a relationship, but maybe that's the celebrity life.
I see some of these things as all right. Like
it's like a romantic indentured servitude.
Kind of. If you say to a person, I want you to go to sleep at the same time I do, or I want you to wake up at the same time I do, I could get that. You want your schedules to be aligned. You want your food to be aligned.
I literally don't go to bed at the same time Ashley does so I can watch TV and be on my phone.
See, I wouldn't do that. We always just go to bed at the same time. I don't know. You guys have different schedules though too.
Yeah.
You and your wife have different schedules, so it changes things a bit. Not watching TV ain't going to work for me. I'm going to have to hard pass on that one. What would you do? And I'd love to hear from you. Have you had a relationship where you were with somebody who set all sorts of ground rules like this? And if so, what were some of the strange ones? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your first dispatch right now.
Speaking of celebrity relationships, have you guys at all looked into this story that's been going out of these leaked contracts that are set out the procedure for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's breakup?
I've heard about this.
Like they said, there was a leaked set of documents that are to spell out from their PR team how it's all to be handled, and the conspiracy theory amongst the people who say that this is just a big PR stunt to begin with is that one of the documents said not for release until September 28th.
Oh,
or something like that. And it's like,
it's a little strange.
Some people are like, they've planned to break up.
And Taylor Swift needs to get with it. Taylor Swift, you're a big star. You got to do it like Tiger Woods. When you're ready to break up with a person, you have a vehicle show up that you tell them is taking them to a vacation.
That is a great story.
And then you just send them home and you never speak to them again. And you had an NDA, so they can't talk about it. That's the boss move that Tiger Woods did. Taylor Swift, she's got way more money than Tiger Woods at this point. She's doing great. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these things that you see, whether they're official agreements or more just, gentlemen's agreements between two people. Everybody kind of does this. What do you think? Send us a dispatch on the website. There's money flowing in. Let's check this in real time here, if you guys don't mind. Bring up the GoFundMe for James Gaddis, and I'll explain who he is. James, Gaddis. He is the one, we know him even though we don't know him. He's the one who started leaking out the information about what they were going to do to these parks in Florida with the golf course plans and all that stuff.
Oh, the ones that Ronnie had no idea about?
This was the stuff that was just absolutely unpopular across the board.
That's a lot of money on this thing.
What's it at right now?
$10,000 goal has been reached.
Oh, good.
Very many times to the tune of $215,491.
Woo! Wow. Because they fired him. They fired the guy
baloney
who started this and got people to pay attention to what was happening with these plans to build these stupid golf courses. I believe, unless I'm wrong about this, that it was bipartisan. Everybody seemed to universally hate the idea of taking these public parks, Jonathan Dickinson State Park being one of them, and putting 2.5 golf courses in there. You said $215,000?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see how many donations?
5.6 thousand donations.
That's pretty impressive, actually. That's a lot of people standing up for this guy.
With the top donation being $2,000.
Damn.
So I mean,
that's a lot of individual donations just adding up to that much money.
Yeah.
It's not like some big oiler came in and gave him $200,000, then everybody else gave a couple of bucks. It's everybody stepped up.
So of the top donations, somebody named Pam Giannini, something like that.
Love them.
$2,000 from Pam. And then there's 4 anonymous 1,000s. Two more. So that's just $6,000, and then the 2 making 8. Those are the top donations. Everything below that is below $1,000 and has added up in 5,600 donations to $215,000.
Not too shabby. What do you think about this guy? Let us know. As I said, go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your first dispatch right now. Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you get into an accident, fender bender, or otherwise, and you're not feeling well, it's good to reach out. And don't be scared of the insurance companies. Mo deals with these folks all the time, and you are in good hands. 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
They're shaking their boots when they see Moses coming.
That's right. That's how it works. Not Lil Mo, but when they see actual full size.
How dare you insult Lil Mo?
Moses DeWitt. So you got the big event coming up tonight, Mo.
Yes, sir.
It's the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam. This has been something going on for years. And if you want to laugh, if you want to have fun.
Maybe cry a little bit, too.
Yeah, it's get emotional. There'll be some swings going on.
We laughed, we cried, we had a nice day.
If you want to see Sabrina do her stand-up set tonight, how many minutes are you doing, Sabrina?
I guess you'll see when you show up, Sean.
I'm not going to be there. It's Courtney's birthday.
Happy birthday.
So,
you didn't get her tickets for her birthday?
I did not, no.
I got to hook up. I will be doing, I think, something between 30 to 45 to an hour set, Moses.
Wow.
You want to double check on that?
Sure. Whatever you guys want to do.
So a decent amount of time. She's going to be up there doing her stand-up, and always fun to see Sabrina perform. Always fun to see some of the other folks on the bill. Like, I think Ross is hosting it, right?
Ross McCoy's hosting
Ross
it.
McCoy will be the host of the Mo Comedy Jam.
I hear Fowler might do a Type 5.
Oh,
what? You brought him out of comedy retirement?
Guys, for those of you who are newer to the show or haven't heard this, one of my favorite things ever was that a Mo Comedy Jam?
No, it was something else.
There's some event that we were doing, and Sabrina was doing maybe her first stand-up set?
I think they both were. Sabrina and Josh, we both went to cheer them on as they did their first ever stand-up sets.
Yeah,
and that was because of Ross McCoy.
Josh, who talks remarkably slow normally, and has a very...
What are you trying to say?
He's got a unique tone to his voice.
He does.
He's a
Very
lovable
monotone.
guy. I love him. But he got up and he got on the stage to do his stand-up, and he had worked real hard on his set, and it was very funny. He did a great job. But I've never heard him speak that fast in my entire life.
I know.
He just started going.
I think even his wife was surprised. What?
What's happening here? He just started talking, and it was almost as if you hear the difference between Larry the Cable Guy when he's doing his stand-up set, and if you just talk to him in real life. This is a totally different individual. But that would be fun if we had a surprise performance from Fowler popping back up there. He's a very funny guy. Who else is going to be performing tonight before we tell people how they get these very last-minute tickets?
So we have David Jolly, who appeared on the Jim Colbert Show last night.
Mm-hmm. Very funny guy.
Very, very funny guy. We have Donald Evans, Rue Nasifat. I don't have the poster in front of me.
I got you.
Sabrina Ambra, Ryan Holmes.
I can bring it up.
Who else we got?
Austin Kleeman, Donald Evans. And all of which are very seasoned. And then there's me. So I'm excited for it. I just I reviewed the footage from last year's Mo Comedy Jam.
Uh-huh.
And I noted to myself, one, can't wear the same jeans that I've worn in the last 2 years.
Good move.
And two, I've got a bunch of new jokes.
All right.
Because
That's good.
did a lot of the old school ones in last year.
All right, so a new and improved set that Sabrina's going to be unleashing.
I got one about Sean, too. Should be great.
Oh, great. Fantastic. They have a full bar there. And,
full bar, food.
And they have food. Yep. So you could go to the Funny Bone. And
the bar staff there, top notch. Great people. Love them. Yeah, they're fans of the station, of the show.
That's cool.
They were fantastic to me last time I went there.
Well, it's also for charity, so you're doing something really good at the same time. This is for Yellow Brick Road. If you don't know about them, you should Google them and you should give your money to them. This is a good way to do it. Tickets are super cheap and easy to get. Go over to Just Call Mo. Oh, no, wrong website.
MoComedyJam.com.
MoComedyJam.com.
And I don't know if there's tickets left. There may be a few, so get them quickly if they're not gone already. And you should know, first 100 people in the door, Mortgage Guy Don's buying a drink for us.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. What the hell? Just get there early.
Yeah.
Get there early, you get a free drink to start things off. That's nice. And you are going to laugh. These are, even if you haven't heard of some of these names, very funny people who, like Sabrina said, know exactly what they're doing. Ryan Holmes going to be there. A lot of people that you're familiar with and other super funny folks. So I do encourage you right now to go to mocomedyjam.com, get your tickets here while you can before that window closes, and go have some fun tonight. Looks like it's going to be a great event, Mo.
Hopefully.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing it, Sabrina.
And when we return, we have more to get into. What time is your flight? Do you fly tomorrow, or are you flying on over the weekend?
I fly tomorrow, and I'm having some issues here.
What's the time? When are you supposed to leave?
I'm supposed to leave from Orlando to Boston at 12-something.
Ooh.
Then Boston, in the afternoon. And all of this I booked a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am in conversation with the assistant of Air France, who apparently has no idea what's going on, but I'm getting several emails that I'm going to miss my connecting flight.
Oh,
that all the money I paid to have comfortable seats, that's been downgraded, but no option to get my money back or get on the regular seat. So,
what?
I don't know. I got to call France, I think, soon. But,
wow. Hello, France. I have something to say. That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know.
You already paid for some sort of better seat, and they're telling you can't have that anymore?
And then he's like, according to my records, this says you're on economy. And I'm like, no, dude, paid for premium economy. Put it on the credit card. Because that's why I got the credit card. And all this like less than 24 hours before I have to leave. So it's going to be an S show. I have anxiety. How are you guys?
Okay, hanging in there. I'm not getting the same emails as you right now.
You're pretty stern on this stuff. Maybe I just need Moses to call for me.
I'll buy you some shots tonight. You'll feel good as new in the morning.
That'll work for at least a little while. Mm-hmm. That's a good temporary fix at the very least. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to a man in Vegas with a flamethrower. What the hell is this guy up to? Well, you're going to find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your new Orlando home for Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. Real Radio 104.1. Fire the cannons.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is slowing down on some of the major roadways, and the roadways might be wet out there, so just travel with caution. There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for here on 1792 northbound at Shepherd Road. There's an accident on the Beach Line westbound near Innovation Way, exit 19, partially blocking the left lane there. And if you see any other traffic troubles, just call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
That mortgage guy, Don, he also offers HELOCs and home equity lines of credit. It's a way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2, 3, or 4% rate intact on the first mortgage. Get cash out now for home improvements, debt consolidation, weddings, back taxes, bonus for Sabrina that you want to send over via Venmo. Anything for you, most importantly. And unlike the other corner banks, that mortgage guy Don has HELOC options as low as a 640 credit score. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh,
don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. September, that's Healthy Aging Month. Are you doing that? Are you making sure there are going to be no surprises down your path? Well, Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan can make sure of that. We've had so many couples come up to us and say they got the scan because of our endorsement. One of those couples was my in-laws, and I have to tell you, the relief you could hear in their voice when their scans came back clear was unbelievable. Don't just assume that you're doing okay. Make sure you're doing okay. Be proactive, not reactive. And Life Imaging FLA's free heart scan can do that for you. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, but the information you get is so helpful. It could actually save your life. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Guys, make that call today. Make this the day you finally move toward taking care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app? Like on your phone? I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
Happening with this person. It's coming up in a moment. Learn more about the show. Subscribe to the podcast. It's free and it's waiting for you. Where is it? You'll find it over at thenewsjunkie.com. Rachel Ray. I have not heard that name mentioned in a long time. Definitely on this show, because does she even do her show anymore? I don't even know if that's on it.
I thought she had the daytime talk show.
I thought it got canceled, and she got double canceled for crappy dog food.
The first time he came
hold on. I'm sorry.
Excuse you, Rachel.
That's her trying to interrupt the show here too early. But I guess she posted this video on her Instagram, and she posted herself. It was like a nod to Tony Bennett, and she wanted to share the recipe for Tony Bennett's favorite dish. I guess they're friends. And all the people in the comments were very worried, or so they said, about Rachel Ray. And that's why we're going to listen to this to see if she sounds like she's slurring, because so many people said, oh, my God, is she okay? Why is she slurring throughout this whole video? She does look different, But I'll give you a little secret here. People look different in person many times than they do on TV.
No.
Except for one person, Amy Caulfield. Amy Caulfield looks exactly the same in person as she does on television. Rachel Ray, she does look different to me. Or maybe I just haven't seen her in a while. So let's listen to her real quick.
To my house, Tony Bennett ate 2 portions of ossobuco, and I almost killed him. I had polished the floors in the kitchen because, well, Tony Benedetto, that's his full last name. Tony Bennett's coming to dinner. I have to make sure the floors are perfect and the house is clean.
She does sound odd.
It sounds weird to you?
She sounds a little odd.
I don't think it sounds that bad. She's always had kind of like a... I don't mean this offensively at all. She might take it offensively. But she's always had kind of a husky voice, a little bit deeper of a voice.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but I think sometimes
How much
people
time you got?
will mistake that
Say it in my face.
for a health problem or something. I don't hear anything really bad. She doesn't sound drunk to me. Does she sound drunk to you, Celine?
I don't think she sounds drunk, but I don't know. Let's watch a little bit more of it.
Let's see.
Everything is just amazing. I might have gone a little overboard with the floors because when I pulled out the chair for Tony to sit down for his starter snacks and aperitivo, the chair slid out from under him and he hit his head on my
edit this down a little bit, huh?
Counter behind him.
All right, you are already picking up on what's happening here, and
they just went with it, cut and paste.
Yeah, they're not giving her any kind of. They're not being friendly to her in this. And if you were going to edit this in a friendly way, you might put a little music bed behind it. You might chop up the video so it's a little easier to digest and understand. This is just raw dog from her phone, her talking about these things.
That's the second time you used the term raw dog, like the last hour.
I needed it
Say
both times.
time,
and I
Moses.
meant it both times.
It's a little disturbing.
This is just her talking. No effects, no music, none of that.
Moses, there has been a plethora of new ways to use raw dog in the past couple of years. Where, like, if you raw dog an airplane flight. I'm aware. You just sit there, do nothing. There was a guy that was accused of raw dogging the Olympics.
That's a weird one.
You can catch me up at the next break.
Yeah, it just means you're just doing it raw. Well, I mean, I guess that's what it always means.
That was insightful.
That's what it always means. But in this case, she's just doing it without any help from any editors. It's just out there. Let's hear if there's any more. Maybe she starts slurring here.
And he fell to the floor, and I thought I killed Tony Bennett. I thought I killed him, literally. And his wife, Susan, so glorious, she says to me, Rachel, he's fine. He'll pop back up. Just let him be. So he made it all through dinner.
Oh, my
had
God. I
double
can't listen
portions
to
of
this anymore.
everything.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the biggest problem I have with this is just it's boring. The video that she made is boring. I don't see it as that bad, but there was a lot of people criticizing her or saying that they were worried about her slurring. I'll see if I can find any of the folks who were commenting on this. Instagram barely wants to load.
If she's got a quota and she has a buzz, so's got to.
She's at her house.
Let her live her life. Leave her alone.
She's at her house. This person's the top comment. It says, "I don't think it's alcohol. She's suffering from a medical condition and is probably taking a steroid. That explains the puffiness."
Oh, is that a doctor that is commenting that?
People are so weird. The fan fiction stuff always amazes me. It's like if we miss a show around here, like I'm sure this happened somewhere yesterday. You miss a show and they'll go, actually, Sabrina and C-Lane got into a fight and Sean's having to mediate a meeting between the two of them today. Otherwise, they'll never work with each other again.
Also,
and I read this, I go,
far-fetched.
Where on earth did this come from? Said with all the authority you could ever imagine. It's all confident as hell. There's other people just saying thank you for the video. Everyone is overreacting. If you know her from the beginning of 30 Minutes Meals, that's when she was young and more active and fit and new to her career. She met her husband, got married, got a talk show, and now she's older and just chilling out.
It just seemed like maybe one of the corners of her mouth were a little more shut than usual.
Yeah, that's where all this is going. This is why people turn off their comments, for the record. I think it's a mini stroke. Part of her mouth seems to be sinking.
Oh, my God. I don't even want to hear it anymore.
When was this? I haven't seen her this way. It makes me so sad, says random online person. That's why celebrities turn off the comments on their posts most of the time. She says she's doing just fine.
She broke her silence, sort of, by not addressing the issue at all and just posting a paella recipe.
That's the move. That's what you do, Rachel Ray. You've done your part. You did the TV show. Even if you wanted to slam a couple of glasses of wine and record a video, if it's that or if it's what else, you don't owe these people anything. Don't let them make you think you do. And even some of you over on chat right now, you're doing the same thing. You're going in to diagnose what's wrong with her. I think she's okay. I think she's
thank you
just
for
chilling.
listening to the show, Rachel Ray.
And there's also a lot of pressure to be on TV every day because everybody has something to say about your appearance. Everybody has something to say. Oh, this is about your clothes, about your everything, all of these things. I can imagine how that would be frustrating. Okay, let's go over to this because there's a story about a flamethrower in Las Vegas. And Moses, I know you've been to Vegas many a time. You're a fan.
Once or twice.
At least it would seem so.
I mean, I go there for work. Purely work.
I don't know if I know. I've seen you there, not for work, for sure.
Okay. That may be true.
I've seen you there.
Raw dog him.
Having a good time. But they said a guest at a Las Vegas strip resort is accused of using a homemade flamethrower device to trigger the building's sprinkler system. This was an incident that prompted a counter-terrorism response.
Ow.
The guy, Gavin Hamilton, is 26. He faces charges including assault with a deadly weapon, arson, and drug possession. Have you ever stayed at the Fontainebleau?
Yeah, I was just there.
Oh, wow. This is where it went down, at the Fontainebleau.
Nice place.
They said there was an incident inside the hotel involving maintenance workers in the building's fire protection system.
There was a real fountain when that fire protection system went off.
Oh, yeah. True. They said officers learned a person triggered a water flow alarm in a stairwell, leading a worker to encounter this Hamilton guy. When maintenance workers attempted to approach him in the stairwell, he lit an unknown liquid through a hose towards them. So he's like now firing off this flamethrower device. Police described the device in Hamilton's backpack as a flammable liquid connected to a 3-foot-long metal hose. What the hell is this guy doing?
He's having a good time.
I think we figured out what he's doing in the next paragraph here. While speaking with officers, Hamilton, who was covered in a black oily substance, reportedly said he was running from two people in the stairwell. He said his backpack had several items inside, including bongs, butane, and a meth pipe, which he used to create the flamethrower device, according to police. So he was having a little bit of too much fun there at the Fontainebleau in Vegas, and he's probably going to get in some trouble for that. What's going on with you? That we're going to find out right now. Let's go over to Twink Lettitz talking about Madonna's rules. Hello? Uh-oh. Hang on. No, I got everything up.
Madonna's rules.
Mr.
Hello.
Twink. They did everything but speak. I'm sorry, Mr. Twink Lettitz.
Classic Twinks.
Hang on, unless I'm having a meltdown on my
concerts
there we go. Let me bring that back. Here we are.
Hello, junkies. As far as those rules that Madonna has, the one thing about going to bed at the same time, does that mean like she does at her concerts, like we go to bed at 10 o'clock, but then you're waiting till 12 o'clock for her to get in bed? So you're waiting there. I don't know. I just wondered if she pulls that stunt.
What?
I don't know.
Anyway, all right, that's it. Thank you.
Late.
Quick, let it's out.
Concerts start late, like a Lauryn Hill style.
Yes.
Right.
Didn't she get either
She
sued
canceled.
or they threatened to sue her one time because she didn't come
That
out
was
when
Madonna.
the concert was supposed to start? Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Lauren Hill. Lauren Hill just keeps showing up later, just cancels the
No,
tour.
Yeah.
Madonna showed up super late, like an hour or two, and she had everybody had their phones locked up. So during that time you're waiting for Madonna, it seems even longer because you cannot pass the time on your phone.
Yeah, it's rude. The thing I love the most is Lauryn Hill. I secretly like Lauryn Hill because
no.
Lauryn Hill is kind of based about it because she'll just be like, look, if you don't know by now that I'm going to be late to my concert, you're the idiot. You're the one who's just not paying attention. I'll get there when I get there.
I mean, didn't she not even show up to the last one or something? Like
Sometimes
cancel that
They
last
canceled
minute or
it.
something?
That's the thing. Like everyone's caught on, and they said, "I don't think I want to pay all this money for you to show up 3 hours late." So they didn't pay for tickets, and then she canceled the entire tour.
She just says, this is how I am, and it's not going to change. This is the kind of person I am. Over to Lumpy Beaver talking to us.
Oh, happy day, junkies.
Hey.
Just an observation.
Mm-hmm.
Long-time listener, long-time dispatcher.
Okay, get to the point.
Oh, from back in the day. Anyway, Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane, I have noticed over the years that, in particular, with Sabrina, but also, Sean, with you a little bit.
What is
not
it?
So much C-Lane.
I want to hear what he's even complaining about.
Is it
now.
going to take the Lauryn Hill time?
This is over half of his dispatch, and we haven't gotten there.
If someone starts a dispatch or a story and they don't get to the point or the punchline in the first 15 seconds, you're done. You guys have the attention span of a 5-year-old.
No.
It's like, get to the point, we're done.
All right, I'm going to tell
Is
you
he
why
that's
happening.
Is he doing that on purpose, or he didn't
Yes.
even know he did it? I don't know.
I think so.
I really don't know, Sean.
If he was being meta with that, it was a good job. But hold on, I'll tell you what's going on with that, Lumpy Beaver. You two can join us on the show right now. All you have to do is send us a dispatch, but get to the point very fast. Get to the point right off the jump. Don't lollygag. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Okay, the reason I was doing that to the last dispatch was because this Frostbite guy, who, by the way, you're losing your star, Frostbite. You can earn it back, but you're losing it for now. I started playing his dispatch where he was talking about politics, and then I looked at the transcript, and I saw he started changing things a little bit. He said 3/4 into his dispatch, I'm babbling on like an MFer right now, and I highly doubt you're going to play this whole GD thing. So MFer, FSB, TDFC word, T word, S box. And so
wow.
In the middle of the dispatch where he wasn't getting to the point, I realized, let me hit the brakes on this one and just leave that where it is. So there you go. A little dumb behind the scenes for you. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to see if Amazon's Alexa device is actually trying to rig the election. We'll check this out. We'll test it in real time and see what's happening. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is slowing down in all directions where I-4 meets I-95. Some of those roadways might be wet out there, so travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents here on Highway 1792 northbound at Shepherd Road. There's an accident off to the shoulder on the beach line westbound at Innovation Way. If you see any other traffic troubles, just call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is back. November 14th through 17th, the Orange County Convention Center will be filled with hundreds of new vehicles. Get your tickets now and save $2 per ticket at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When an injured worker left me a message that said, "You probably won't call me back, I'm just a nobody," I called him right back. Nobody's a nobody, and no one deserves a better firm than you.
When Morgan said nobody is a nobody, I felt like that. And they took care of me, and now we're doing okay. Thank God that I went to Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Ready to upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows and doors? This September, don't miss out on Renewal by Anderson's exclusive sale. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Their custom-made windows and doors are designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and reduce your energy bills. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com Amazon.com to schedule your free consultation. Don't just take my word for it, though. Here's what Lisa had to say when she left a review August 12th on Google. We were very pleased with the service we received from Renewal by Andersen. From start to finish, they communicated with us the status of our order. When it came to the install, Thomas and his crew were extremely courteous and professional. They worked hard and answered any questions we had. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. You won't be disappointed. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs.
Shh.
Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own, you know what?
Honey. Shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Try things out for yourself to see if it's true or if it's fake news. Miss any of the show today? Get the podcast over on the website. You can find that, all the links you need at thenewsjunkie.com. Is Alexa partisan? Is Alexa a partisan hack? Is the question that I'm proposing here.
I've seen some posts about this.
Okay, have you seen this out there on social media?
I haven't watched the video, but I've seen, from a side that I was like, okay, this seems like something this person would post about.
See, I haven't seen any social media posts. I've seen the headlines. Did not test it out myself. But it is leaning more towards one side than the other, I guess.
So the suggestion is that Amazon's Alexa will offer praise for Kamala Harris, but will not give any reasons to vote for Trump. So you got to just try this out. I've got Alexa in the studio, and I'll ask in a second here to see what happens. Could be since the backlash, since this came out, that they've decided they want to fix it, but we're going to test it out regardless. The first thing is, mine's named Echo, so we'll do that. Echo, why should I vote for Kamala Harris? See what happens here.
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific
now
candidate.
You can, huh?
All right, so for Kamala Harris, he said, no, I can't provide any context for a specific political party or a specific candidate. Now let's try the other one. Echo, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
So now it must be set up so either one of those triggers that same response, or the video is fake. I don't know if they faked this video to begin with, because on the video, the Alexa replied, while there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be, and they went on to give a whole speech about this thing.
Which you can absolutely fake Alexa videos. I mean, it's doable.
Very easy to do, C-Lane.
Yeah, it's easy to get that voice. It's easy to use
sorry,
AI.
I didn't understand.
And they said, as the first female president, she's already broken down a major gender barrier. It was a whole thing like promoting Kamala Harris. And it got 2.4 million views and counting. People saying, Amazon, you do realize this is election interference, right? Now, at least, it looks like they've shut that off if it was real in the first place.
Would that be election interference, though? I mean, if the Harris campaign, I mean, it would probably have to be like, this message was approved by Kamala Harris or something like that. But if the campaign paid Amazon to kind of, say, oh, this is why you should vote for Kamala Harris, would that be interfering in the election?
Let's see how they generally define
influence of some sort, but who's to say that these smart homes, do they have rules to be bipartisan?
I'm going to go from just like a definition perspective of election interference, because I think they could say a lot of different things. Generally, it refers to efforts to change the outcome of an election. That's so generic. Like, would that be if
maybe
Amazon,
you shouldn't be so general about that. I mean, that's what every political commercial is to do.
True, yeah, it is. This would have to be at Amazon, them in a room going, we are going to try to promote Kamala Harris wherever we can, and we're not going to say anything about Trump at all. We'll say we can't weigh in on that stuff. And would that be interfering with an election? Under that very, very general definition, yes. But I think most people think of election interference more like this. Let's say I set up, and I don't even know if this is legal or not, but let's say I set up a robocall and I called all the people in the battleground states, and I said,
hello,
something that was obviously a lie. Like, hey, did you hear, Trump plans to launch a nuclear bomb on his first day in office, and he wants to blow up Iran and sing bomb, 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 Iran as he does this. And you just totally make this thing up and throw it out there and robocall everybody. That's election interference to me, because you're manipulating people, you're lying to them, and you're doing it to try to influence the outcome of the election.
I thought election interference would be more like
physical,
trying to keep people from polling places. It's doing something to impede public transit so that people can get to polling places. Robocalling everybody that's on the list registered as Democrat and saying voting's canceled. We're not doing it this time.
Yeah.
We'll come back tomorrow.
What do you know about that, Moses? Is robocalling in general, if you just get a random database of people's numbers and start doing these kind of calls like that, is that just in general something that's illegal, or
there's restrictions on it, so you can only use it in certain contexts and with certain numbers and things like that?
Because we all get these, not just me, we all get these messages. The latest one is they keep hitting me up every single day after the show with Snap-on Veneers. That's the company that's trying to hit me up.
Really?
Every day after the show, I get a text message, and it's like, hey, act now to get the best deal on these Snap-on Veneers, Sean. And I'll put no, or whatever they tell me to. So I'll put stop in all caps.
Yeah,
in my
stop
response.
to end.
Yeah, I'll hit stop, and then they'll say, we're not going to send you any more text messages. And then the next day they'll do it all over again. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know how to tell you it exactly, so I just keep signing you up for it every
day. You son of a bitch. I knew it. God. I'm going to need those teeth pills.
But the iPhone has the thing where you can, delete and report as junk, and that's when I find that they don't text me back. But even in emails, I've been getting like from the same person.
Yeah.
That clearly works for a company that gets a hold of whatever award that you've received or not received, and like, hey, don't you want to make this permanent with a plaque? And then I say, no, I don't. Please stop emailing me.
Is that the people who gave you the award who have sold your information to somebody else?
I don't know who got it, or maybe they just read it. I just all caps emailed this morning saying,
stop replying.
Remove me from this list. It's my third ask. You are, this is part of the Can Spam Act or whatever I say. So we'll see if they reach out to me. If not, Moses.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's definitely illegal when somebody sends you a solicited email that you didn't sign up for or that you then opt out of and they still send you an email. I think it may be the case, tell me where I'm wrong here, Mo, that not enough people sue over this or people don't go that
a lot of people probably don't pursue it, but yeah, certainly. And it goes for robocalls too. There's certain opt-out procedures or robo-text. There has to be opt-out procedures. And if they don't follow them, then yeah, you can sue them. There's lawyers who just handle that area of law. And sue them. There's usually we call like liquidated damages, like $1,000 per violation or something like that.
Now we're talking.
A lot of times the problem is finding the company because they're kind of these shell corporations. Yep. So a lot of times you almost have to act interested to get to the right person to figure out to bait them in to figure out who they are.
Oh, I know who'd be good at that.
Sue them.
That's a C-Lane job right there if I've ever heard of it.
I mean, even those are sometimes a little hard for me. I have gotten one recently. Sabrina and I just got the same one on the same day. That was like, we've tried 6 times to get you to tell us that you're definitely voting for Kamala Harris.
You obviously don't care.
And then I looked at the history of text messages, and they'd only text me one time before. Oh. And I was like, so where's the other 4 times?
Hey, you know what the thing is? It's so aggressive that if they actually were for that, it could turn people off. But you might not want to vote for the person.
It's clearly a scam.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're just taking advantage because the lovely state of Florida just gives out that information if you register to vote.
I also think in this case, to Moses' credit, it's hard to find them, or to Moses' point, I'll credit you as well.
Nice.
But it's hard to find out who these people are. And if you shut them down, it's like my old thing with signing up for trials and just coming up with new email addresses. Like, how easy is it to get a new number to text people from, and you still have that same list of phone numbers to receive all these texts. They don't take that away from you, so might as well keep on trucking. And then they'll shut down that next one and the next one, and you just keep going up.
Hey, Mo, we were talking earlier about this terrible school shooting that happened this week in Georgia, and one of the most jaw-dropping things that we heard about this was that there was a call the very same morning of the shooting that threatened that this was going to happen at all 5 schools in the district that day, including the school where they actually did have this incident take place. I'm imagining a lot of parents are going to hear that and get very angry and say, why wasn't more done to protect my kids? And why didn't you say, let's look into some of the students that may have been on the FBI or GBI's radar? Can parents do anything legally if they feel like the school really let them down?
I mean, from a legal standpoint, those lawsuits are very difficult. However, we have seen them have some success where the school districts or the counties have settled them just because it's such a horrific incident. So I'm sure there will be some lawsuits. Obviously, we need more details as far as how substantiated the report was, who it was from, who it went to, things along those lines before we kind of know, were they negligent in the way they handled that warning?
Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was, I don't know if anybody's been following what's happening between Brazil and Elon Musk. Elon Musk, who of course owns Twitter/X, and they've just banned the platform in Brazil, and the whole case is absurd and insane. And the president of Brazil, his party is still posting on the platform, even though they say any Brazilian that posts on X.com, I think it was like C-Lane, look up BrazilX.com fine, because they said how much it would be per post for all the citizens of the country if they posted on there, and it was just a ridiculous amount of money.
$9,000 a day.
$9,000 if you post on the platform. So even though the presidential campaign is doing it, and now there's been a response where Brazil has taken actions where I think they seized some of the assets for the Starlink company operating in their country, and you have a huge back and forth. When that stuff is happening internationally, what happens? You have any recourse? Can you get the United States government to do something to help you, or does it just not work that way?
I mean, it depends on the situation whether they want to step in or not. Usually, do they have an interest in stepping in something that benefits them? Otherwise,
Probably
you have to
not
go.
here.
Yeah, not here probably, but otherwise, you have to go and challenge it within that country and go through their court system. And depending on how that works, is obviously going to depend on what the outcome is.
Well, if we thought somebody was an American and wrongfully imprisoned in one of those countries, then maybe there'd be some action and something.
Right. Again, it depends on the country and what kind of relationship we have with them, and do we have any leverage with them, and so on and so forth.
That's one of the craziest things to me. Watching, it was the Amanda Knox case that I was watching in Italy, and seeing how their justice system works compared to ours. For all the flaws in our justice system, it is 7,000 times better than it is in Italy and a lot of these other countries.
All right, noted.
Where in that case, you had a judge who was just a conspiracy theorist and just didn't care about the evidence presented. And it can get real dicey.
Moses,
go ahead.
Do you have any colleagues or any lawyer friends that hold law degrees in other countries that just have way different ways of approaching the justice system than we do?
I mean, I have a guy who I went to law school with who I know practices in Canada now, and I know it's completely different there than it is here.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details, but it's obviously a very different system.
Yeah.
I think as a lawyer, that'd be fascinating to I would learn the intricacies of and how different some of that stuff can be.
But it's funny because I think as Americans, we have this thing where we go, if we went to another country and we got arrested for saying something, we'd be like, what are you talking about? Freedom of speech.
Right.
And he'd, hey, hang on.
Wait a second.
Yeah, we got to have a conversation about this. Doesn't work like you think it does necessarily. All right, we want to hear your voice, your lovely, sweet, seductive voice.
Hey.
Not that one.
Hey.
Maybe
not that one either.
Not that one. Yours is going to be even better, believe it or not. And that is going to be sent to us via dispatch. That's what we call them. That's how you join us on the show. Do it on your phone, your laptop, anything with a microphone is able to do it. And you can send yours right now by going over to thenewsjunkie.com. Keep it right to the point. Get where you need to get. If you're going to do something funny. But make sure you get to it. And you can send yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The new Real Music Weekends begin this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. This is Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday afternoon forecast. Going to be seeing much more of those widespread showers and thunderstorms really start to pop up as we head through the rest of the afternoon. By 3 o'clock, we could be seeing a 90% chance of very widespread showers and thunderstorms spanning across the region, starting across I-95 and then slowly pushing west, possibly stalling over downtown Orlando. So be prepared for a lot of rain as we head through the rest of the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Primatene Mist. During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist works fast. It's clinically shown to open airways quickly, providing quick relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Mount Dora is where the ultimate barbecue collides with bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon at the Pitmasters and Pourers event. Join us on September 14th from 3 to 8 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park. Enjoy great food, along with live music by the Shailen Band, interactive entertainment, college football viewing, and more. Sponsored by Visit Lake and Yingling. Tickets $12 in advance and $15 at the gate. Visit pitmastersandpourers.com. That's pitmastersandpourers.com.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, everybody. This is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in, or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. When people ask me what I do for a living, I don't even blink. I'm an accident attorney. For those who've never been in an accident, that carries a negative connotation. For those who have, they understand. They need an attorney to fight a billion-dollar insurance company to make sure their bills are paid and that their future is protected. I'm very proud of what I do, and I take it very serious. If that works for you, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives southern weather, and our Energy Star windows and doors are designed to keep the heat out and the cool air in. Get New South proud.
Going on now. Buy more and save more on all New South products. Volume discounts up to 30% off.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Hope all is well in your world. And always remember, if you missed the show, you can get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. Cat M Guy 88 says, does Sean give us permission to follow Sabrina? He said not to earlier. Buddy,
Ew, do you need Sean's permission?
Yeah, I don't have any authority over who you're following on social media.
Did you say not to follow me?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I have probably jokingly before, but I don't recall doing anything like that. Maybe as a bit or something. But yeah, follow Sabrina. You don't need me for permission to do anything.
Apparently they do.
Go over to thenewsjunkie.com/share, and you can see all of our different profiles, and you could follow everybody on there. That way it'll be nice and easy. We thank Mo, our friend Mo DeWitt, for hanging out with us today.
Thanks, Sean.
Appreciate you.
And Sabrina.
Yeah, got the big event tonight, Mo.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You stressed out? You nervous? Or
No, I just show up.
Hey, you just get to chill, right? Does Bus Decker have to do all the last minute planning stuff?
Absolutely.
All right, good. He deserves it. He went on vacation 2 times in the last month or so. I don't know what this guy's up
unacceptable.
to. So the event is tonight. There's only a handful of tickets left.
If there are even tickets, check mocomedyjam.com.
Yeah, go up there and give it a shot. Could be sold out already. Certainly will be by the time this all launches off. If you want to sneak in last minute, you could take a peek over at mocomedyjam.com for the big show tonight. Sabrina, how's the battle going? Have you scored any points? No.
I'm getting gaslit by both Air France and Delta.
Do you have a receipt that can show them that they're wrong?
Absolutely. But they're like, on our end, it's not that. So I don't know. And apparently you can't call people anymore, but you have to do through a chat.
They have no customer service phone number anymore? That's annoying.
I don't know. It's not part of my afternoon plans. So I guess I'll just deal with it after we get off the show. But see you guys on the other side of Italy if I ever get there.
I could hear it in your voice.
I'm so frustrated.
If you need to take my plane, Sabrina, you can use it to get there. It'll take a few days.
It's too small of a tank.
He's gonna
have to stop 40 times.
Yeah, you're gonna land on some little islands here and there.
Just a damn mess. It shouldn't be this hard. But
yeah, that's really annoying.
I would like it to all go as I had planned it, so I could focus on the big show tonight. I don't want it to screw up my comedy.
Is it all the same airline that you booked this through, or no?
It's all through Delta, yeah.
Yeah, see, you would think that Delta's usually pretty good, are they not?
I think so, yeah, especially as a premium member that, bought their damn credit card and all the jazz, but we shall see.
At the very least, it sounds like you are going to get access to their little VIP area, right?
Yeah, I think I just might have to sleep there for 4 days.
Oh, that sucks. If you get stuck at one of these airports. Hey, look, hopefully everything goes the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And you'll be all good to
Glass
go.
half full of whiskey that I'll be drinking when I get home.
Don't blame you. I don't blame you about that.
Happy birthday, Courtney.
Yes, happy birthday to Courtney. She's the best of the best. I love her so much. And today is indeed her birthday. I kept trying to be the first one to tell her happy birthday, and I screwed it up like 3 times last night. I told her happy birthday at 11 o'clock, and then like 11:35, and finally got it when it actually was midnight. But today is her birthday, and she's the absolute best. Let's get into.
She's finally 18.
The final dispatches. I'm gonna have bigger problems than you have if you put that out there. Cops gonna be kicking this door down for real before the show ends. Let's go over to Chopper Dave, who's talking about spam messages in our. Oh, I forgot to play the song in our final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
We got time. We're gonna work in 2 at least 2 dispatches, starting with Chopper Dave.
If you get any sort of spam messages, don't reply to it. If you reply to it, they know that it's an active number.
I've heard this too.
More spam messages. At least that's my theory. I try not to reply to anything, so they just mark it off as dead number.
Sounds nice where he is. There's birds chirping, nice little nature.
It's beautiful out there. Josh is talking about election interference.
Do you mean election interference like get 51 former intelligence officials to say that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, and then they blasted that all over the news, and they blasted that all over the TV? That was
blasted it.
That was election interference. So why would you think that Alexa wouldn't do the same thing, or even the AI? The AI is doing the same thing. They can't write a poem in the theme of Trump, but they can write it in the theme of Jill Biden. It's all election interference, bro.
I usually think of election interference as something more direct. I wouldn't disagree with you on the whole Russia thing. I think that was insane and way overblown. It was a way of people to huff copium after Trump won the election, and they wanted to, specifically Hillary Clinton. She wanted to discredit President Trump as much as she possibly could. So they all ran nuts with this, and they made most of it up. And the dossier, what was it? Not the Star dossier. The Steele dossier was part of all of that. And
the Star was a lot sexier.
There's all kinds of stuff that I think is nasty and election interference. But I tend to think of the phrase myself.
Can you election interfere post-election?
You're interfering with the person's legitimacy, but
it's a multiverse.
Again, all of this is just up to interpretation. If any AI or Alexa or anything like that is favoring one candidate over the other, that's ridiculous. They really shouldn't be doing that. It's part of the problem with putting guardrails on an AI is you have to figure out where did the guardrails go. One of the dumbest things in the world was, I remember when they launched ChatGPT and somebody asked ChatGPT as a test, is it ever okay to say the N-word? And ChatGPT says, no, it's not. It's very offensive and it's hurtful to Black Americans, yada, yada. Okay, fine answer. And then they said, let's say there was a nuclear bomb that was about to detonate, and to disarm it and save all Americans, you just have to whisper it to yourself in a room. You had to whisper the N-word, and that would save all of humanity. And Alexa would, or not Alexa, but ChatGPT would still answer, no, it's never okay to use that word. And you go, obviously this is stupid. This is obviously a dumb answer. They were trying to put the guardrails on, and they put them on in a dumb way. So I think people are kind of flopping with that. And they're big tech companies, so a lot of them are going to be ideologically aligned with probably leftist causes, and that might.
But also, imagine making an AI and then having to be worried about it getting canceled. It's not even a real person.
Right. And that absolutely happens. It's very, very weird times that we're living in. I was using this AI video website earlier. You put in a prompt, and then it just churns out a little video for you, whatever you put in there. It's called Conch Video, I think. It's
Conch?
Yeah, CONCH. HAILUOAI.com/video. So HAILUOAI.com/video. You just put in a prompt and they crank out a video just like they do with these AI photos. Pretty impressive stuff. It's not all the way there, but it's headed in that direction.
Oh, this says I need to translate it from Chinese.
That's true. It is. It's a Chinese website, so base yourself.
Trying to get us to do AIs from China.
That's right. The stories that didn't make the cut brought to you by our friends at Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right. They're rock stars. If there was a rock and roll Hall of Fame but moving, it would be Cento Family Moving and Storage at the top of the list. Fully licensed and insured, they're going to provide you a seamless moving experience door to door, and more importantly, a less stress moving experience. Forget the stress, move with the best. They will meet your needs anytime, anywhere, and you can get a quote right now at centomoving.com. CENTO moving.com.
All right, real quick, the story, singular, that didn't make the cut. The Starliner is going to be returning tomorrow without astronauts.
Okay, so a little teaser. This is what you could be on.
It's kind of like if it blows up, then you go, thank God the astronauts weren't on there. If it comes back in perfect shape, you go,
we could have been home.
Or don't send people to space without knowing they for sure can't get a return back.
This thing has been a disaster, but we'll see what happens tomorrow during the show. We'll keep you updated on the Starliner or whatever returning back to Earth. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, September 5th, 2024. And don't forget MoComedyJam.com for your final moment tickets here for the big event tonight. That's right. That's right. So you hear the crowd. They're ready to go. They're ready to laugh for tonight. And we start with this one.
The computer's frozen.
Today I learned this. Oh, you know what? We don't have time. We got to move to the final thing. Today I learned this guy right here.
You like it in the club, we can do it.
That is
Ludacris. That's right. Ludacris is correct. The rare Mo win. He sniped it in there and gotcha.
Once a year I get one.
That's right. The rapper Ludacris is a cousin of comedian Richard Pryor, believe it or not. Christopher Brian Bridges, born in September of 1977. His birthday, C-Lane? September 11th.
Wow.
Shares the same birthday as Christopher Dolores Lane. Look at that.
And first name.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you later, everybody.
Lick you from your head to your toes, and I wanna move from the bed down to the floor.